No, I have one Wisconsin broadcasters. I know Jesse's got a few. Gina and I won one, I don't know how many, a couple of years ago. I don't know. I'll be curious. Obviously, we shot one yesterday. Jesse, who's a bigger diva, me or Jason?
Oh, that's not fair, Jason.
What do you mean? Okay. So here's a couple things. And I'll take you guys inside yesterday. We were at the Pella Experience Center in Brookville. It was great day yesterday.
It was.
Gina and Wayne Larrivee were down there. Wayne the Dagger. And I think we're going to get Wayne on the show, which I'm very happy about. We were able to talk Packers, and we've done commercials with Gina before on the title tones and whatnot. I think this will be running in April, and I think it's really good. Couple of things, though. We got down there and did our show. Obviously, Pella is the great partner of ours for a long time. Gina, we cannot be more thankful for that partnership. We go do the show, and Sarah is up in Green Bay. I'm going to join her later this afternoon. I'm going to be doing the show from Green Bay tomorrow. And so I got a little bit of a tighter time crunch than normal. But we have 2 hours to do really 2.5 hours to do the shoot, which, by the way, we had, a line each, a line and a half. I know the business. It takes time. We have to make sure it's perfect. Two things, Jesse, that happens yesterday. I'm a big, thick dude. Right? I'm a big, heavy-set fella. I have not done the Madison weight loss. I need to get in. I need to shed weight. There's no doubt about that. So I wear a lot of dark clothes, but it leans you out. I wear a lot of black.
You're wearing a yellow hoodie right now.
Hold up. I'm wearing it for a reason. So Gina gives us different options to wear. It's green and it's gold. And this is more of an orange gold. And if you can see, I have the Pella Windows and Doors logo on. This will be in the commercial that will air. I think it's going to be in April, sometime in April.
Is that a Champion brand
so
sweatshirt?
I'm wearing...
It is. It is. It's really nice.
It is what?
Really thick,
It's a Champion brand, right?
Try Champion ice cream.
Yeah, I don't know, 100% no. But I'm sitting there, and the diva himself, who's a lot thinner, he's not in shape, but he's a lot thinner than I am, he decides to force feed and jam down the throats of every production person. Well, I am not wearing yellow. I am wearing green because I have tan slacks, so I must wear green.
As directed, we were.
No, she had options. There were options. You could have worn that.
It did not say feel free to wear jeans or shorts.
No,
because you know I wouldn't have worn khaki pants.
It said don't wear shorts. That's all she said is don't wear a pair of mesh running shorts. That's what she said. So anyways, if I may, Jason, you have plenty of time to rebut. This part, okay, I get it. Jason's a diva. I'm going to let Jason do his thing. That's fine. He is pampered. He's TV. He's got Channel 3000. I'm a radio guy. So, all right, great.
You were in a movie.
Hold up. Let Jason be Jason. I'm going to let him. He was like a kid in a candy store yesterday. Oh, they brought food. Oh, I'm telling you, he was a mouse running from spot to spot. It was fun to watch. He was excited. It was great.
I was very enthusiastic, yes.
He forced me to wear this instead of the green, which I wanted to wear the green. All right, fine. We'll make it work. Then we go, and Gina and the team bring in a great lunch. We have a Caesar salad. We got some pizza. We got drinks. Beautiful setup. All right, makeup person there. All right, great. Go get your makeup and all that stuff done. All right, that's fantastic. We go and we eat and we have a nice conversation, Wayne, and we're all kind of chopping it up about what the Packers are going to do. It's fun. Gina's there chiming in. It was great. All right, so it's 12:30. Plenty of time to get done. All right, everybody is all ready. Wayne's arms are all swole. He's been doing a bunch of bicep curls, and he's wearing a short sleeve green shirt, looking yoked.
And he looked ripped.
Gina looks great. She is sleek as ever. And we're all sitting there, and I go, because I'm just getting a little spruce on my face, I said, okay, great, we have our scripts that we all are going through. All right, so the gal that's running it did a great job. She's done this now for
Wendy.
a few years for Gina.
Yeah, Wendy. She was great.
So Wendy is like, all right, we're going to do a table run right after we get done eating,
Read.
and then we'll start
Table
shooting
read.
so we can get, because she knew that I wanted to be out by 2, which is 2 hours. It should be plenty of time.
So that's big time.
So
Like that you guys
Wayne-
sit around the table and like read through the script.
We did a table
Like,
read.
That's a big deal
did.
for actors.
But
Yeah.
here's what ends up happening, Jesse. It's 12:45. Wayne, myself, Gina, Wendy, the whole staff, everybody is sitting at this table read except for one guy.
No.
Nobody can find him. He's nowhere to be found.
What?
So finally, I call him. I said, "What the hell are you doing? Let's go." Yeah, we're at the Experience Center. I don't know if he's looking at windows. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Everybody else is sitting there. Gina's reading her lines, and the gal's like, "No, hold off. We got to wait till Jason gets here." And we're like, "Where is he?" Nobody can find him. Finally, 5-1, a half hour later. And by the way, I was going to go do my makeup, so it was done. They said, "No, we're doing the table read." Jason's nowhere to be found. I thought, well, maybe he's doing his makeup, so he's done. Nope. Oh, is he in the bathroom? Nope. We have no idea what he's doing for a half hour. Finally, about 1 o'clock, he shows up, strolling in like no big deal, like the diva actor that Jason Wilde is. Jason, the floor is yours.
Oh,
I can't
snap.
believe that you would publicly lie about so many details. You should run for president.
Whoa!
Joe Biden or Donald Trump? That's the other question I have.
I keep the receipts here, bro. The phone call
Okay,
that you
go ahead.
placed lasted 8 seconds and was made at 12:38. Also,
still weren't there.
We got our new hoodies. In the instructions, we are told to wear dress pants. Old T wears jeans. If you're wearing dark blue jeans, the yellow is a better color to match up as opposed to wearing a yellow hoodie and tan slacks, trousers.
Nobody told you to wear tan slacks. Nobody
It
said
says
that.
right in the email. Just because you don't read emails doesn't
I
mean
read
that
the
it
email.
didn't happen. No, you didn't. Because I would never choose to wear tan slacks. You know
Okay,
that about me.
Continue.
Now,
No, I
on
don't.
top of that,
You don't wear pants. No, I don't know
That's true. I'm not even wearing them now. Tausch decides he's going to go put his hoodie on during the show. Then we go to eat this delicious pizza, which they don't sell ice cream, so I can't say where it's from, but it was really good. Very similar to Rustique up here in Green Bay. And
Wait a minute.
Tausch has to take his hoodie back off because he's worried about getting pizza sauce on it before the shoot.
That's smart. Yeah.
Gina actually told me to
Sure,
take this.
of course.
You don't
Yes.
have a saucy sweatshirt. Yeah.
So I
For sure.
chose not to change until after we finished eating. So I go to the men's restroom to change into my slacks and my green hoodie because it goes better with my tan slacks. All of a sudden, I'm putting my stuff away at 12:38, about to walk over to get my makeup done. And Tausch is calling me, and he has also sent Josie, the makeup artist, to go get me because he's very worried about his time frame. 12:38. Finished eating at 12:30.
First off, I didn't send Josie, which Josie
She said-
spells her name fantastically.
It's with an
J-H.
A, like Yolis
Silent H.
Chassin.
JH. Wow.
All right,
Yeah.
bottom line is, did I take some liberties with the timeline, maybe a minute or two?
No,
Were
I'm
we
not done. The floor's still mine, Mr. President.
Okay, continue.
Oh, snap.
On top of that, Mr. Ad Lib takes all these extra takes because he's changing up the script. Right, Wilde? I mean, he's changing it up. We're taking all these extra takes. Table read, he's getting confused as to what the timeline is, where his lines are, other people's lines. The table read took
False.
way too long.
False.
Because of Tom Cruise here.
Order.
Yeah, right.
So let's
Right.
not
Let me know
make
when
it
you're done.
sound like you were cutting it close for picking up the kiddos because I took too long to change clothes. Please, Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, I was not going to interrupt your run. So, sweatshirt, Bahal, all of the other stuff.
Sweatshirt gate.
The bottom line on this was, did I ad-lib? Yes. Did I want the commercial? And by the way, I asked if they were all right if I ad-lib because I don't call you Jason. I call you Wilde. I'm not going to say,
the
hey,
ad-libs
Jason.
made it better. There's no doubt about it. What I'm saying is that it threw off the timeline. It took longer to record because you changed it up. Yes, you did. Wendy kept telling you the line, and you were like, no, I'm not doing that.
Actually, in fairness, it sped it up. It actually got it done quicker because it was better.
Of course it did.
So that part, that part is open for interpretation. The part that's not is how long was Gina, myself, after Gina said table read, after lunch, how long did Wayne, myself, Wendy, and Gina sit and wait for Jason Wilde? That really is
Apparently
the question.
8
all
minutes.
of the other stuff, no. All of the other stuff is fodder. It's fodder.
No.
We waited
fake
more
news.
than 10 minutes for you, and
it's
that's
false.
it. Was my timeline off to say 1 o'clock? Okay, it was 12:20 to 12:40. So it was 20
minutes you were off.
Yeah, it's no. But we started 10 or 15 minutes earlier. Lunch didn't go till 12:30. Probably 12:15, 12:20. Bottom line is, it was a fun day. It gave us some content. Jason's a total diva, and I'm excited to see the commercial. That is how I would synopsisize this opportunity that we had yesterday.
Was that snarky enough? You think I should be more snarky? Should I ratchet up the snark? That was Tausch looking for the director to give him more feedback. He likes to be coached hard as he informed everyone.
I do like to be coached. Yeah, that's true. I do.
Now we're cooking with gas.
That did come up, actually. Another great ad-lib in the history of the Wilde and Tausch, the title tones, and the Pella windows and doors of Wisconsin TV commercials.
May I feel like I'm the judge here. May I interject an opinion?
Sure. Absolutely.
You both sound like a bunch of whiny, talented actors. Like, I don't know what movie set had two lead actors who were both like, I need it this way, and I need it. Like, this sounds like we got two alphas who were trying to dominate the set here. And poor Wayne trying to just be a supporting actor as best he can. And Gina and Josie and everybody. It sounds like you two might not be invited back to be part of these commercials.
No, we're the star. I mean, Gina's the star.
Oh, we're the stars. They can't do that.
We delivered the biggest applause lines. Wayne was kind of the straight
we'll
man.
Find out.
Frankly.
Yeah, Gina crushed it as usual. I think the Wayne Larrivee piece was really good. Wayne always kind of has that up here, and then we're just trying to figure out how things kind of mold in. I always am going to lean towards humor when it comes to this stuff. That is always going to be my goal. So I'm excited to see how the finished product turns out. I think it's going to be pretty fun and hopefully very effective.
I think it will turn out great. We had a great time filming. Thanks again to Gina and the team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin for including us.
How much juice did you take home with you yesterday?
I didn't take any juice with me. They kept it for the employees to enjoy in their break room. And along with the bagels. I didn't take any bagels either. Those were all for the great team to enjoy as well. Yeah. I'm sorry to disappoint you that you thought I was going to Jesse it and take 12 bagels and 2 jugs of juice with me.
And by the way, I picked my kid up 15 minutes late, about the same time as the table read wait. Just for the record, that's what happened. That's why I brought it up. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just literally telling you how it shook out.
8 minutes.
So
also...
I got my kid calling me, hey, it's freezing outside. Where are you at? And I'm like, well, Wilde decided to take a 15-minute hiatus for whatever reason. So now you have to sit out in the freezing cold because your dad isn't getting it done. And that was the part that was disappointing.
Yeah, and blame me. We posed for pictures with the crew.
That was all baked into the cake the timeline. The only part that wasn't
was the snow
was
baked
Jason
into the
doing
cake
Lord
too?
knows what for 15 extra minutes while we were waiting for the table read.
Maybe I will come next time. Clearly, you guys need a manager to keep things organized on set for you two.
It was something. Then there was a portion where we have to walk into the scene, and Tausch couldn't time up the walking. We must have done that 12 or 15 times That might have made you late, too.
Yeah. Well, and then I had an Arthur Fonzarelli point, which I don't know if that's going to make the cut. Like there's some stuff that I felt a little uncomfortable with, but that's what great actors do. They fight through that uncomfortable.
So, and by the way, we're making a big deal about the table read. Doesn't say anything during the table read about how he wants to change the lines. That's the point of the table read.
That is the point of the table read.
Well, nobody was there. There was only 3 of the 4 characters were there for the table read. So things got a little vulnerable when somebody decided not to show up for the table read. Still don't know how that happened. We accomplished a lot yesterday. You can accomplish a lot in 6 years as well. You can go from changing diapers to dropping off your kid at school. And you can actually show up on time if your co-star gets there on time so that you can pick your kid up so he's not freezing outside of that school for 6 years. You can also get a bachelor's and a master's degree, Senate degree, all that other stuff. You can also take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella windows and doors at 0% interest. 10-year labor warranty is always included, so your windows and doors are secure for years to come. Certain restrictions do apply, and this offer ends March 8th, which I believe is Saturday. 0%, 72 months, as long as I waited for Jason to show up. 6 years at 0%. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Right, Wilde?
Reed hits home. I ain't going to lie to you. That Reed hits home a little bit more today. And it's a little bit more home when they're talking about dropping your kids off at school and showing up 15 minutes late to pick them up. It's the exact same time. It just reads a little different.
I would have thought with all the headlines acting experience that you both had all year long during the Packers season that this would be an easier process this time around, not a more difficult one.
I think the finished product, Jesse, I think the finished product will show that all of this was worth it. We'll see. But I think so.
To everyone except Max, who was waiting outside for what felt like 6 years and 72 months for his dad to pick him up.
We checked. He does not have hypothermia in his hands.
Oh, that's thankfully. That's good.
I think he's all right. But there was a stretch. He's texting, where you at? If I got a text from the school saying, what the heck? Why are you picking up your kid 45 minutes late? That's a whole nother conversation. But it all worked itself out.
I'll be back in 8 to 10 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
New treatments for joint pain are here. By now, you've heard about regenerative medicine. If you're wondering if you're a good candidate, answer these questions. First, does chronic pain in your knees, hips, shoulders, or other joints keep you from doing the things you enjoy? Golfing, jogging, time with the family. Does it hurt doing the things you need to do, like getting out of bed, sleeping, working, and walking? And finally, do you want to avoid surgery and all of the pain, long recovery, and uncertainty that comes with it? If you answered yes to any of those, you need to call QC Kinetics now. Learn about exciting advancements in regenerative treatments that can give you long-lasting pain relief with no drugs, no surgery, and no downtime. Get your free consultation today. Call QC Kinetics. That's QC Kinetics. Here's the phone number.
Call now, 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics, 414-285-3474.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some great news from my friends at Bank 5-9. For a limited time, you can earn as much as 4.8% on one of their CD specials. With 9, 17, and 25-month options, you're sure to find a CD that fits your needs while you earn a great return. It's simply another way Bank 5-9 is making lives better in our communities. Hurry! These high rates won't last long. Check out bank59.com/CD for more details. Member FDIC.
Fisco, Fisco, Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco, Fisco, Fisco.
She's different and special and loaded with personality.
And there's one more thing, but you can't explain it in words.
She's the one.
She's the one.
The one.
You know it.
Your friends know it.
The whole world knows it.
We curated a special selection of engagement rings for her.
Can you guess what we call it?
We call it the One Collection by Kessler's.
Because these engagement rings are different.
And special.
And loaded with personality.
And one more thing. But you can't explain it in words.
Engagement rings in the One Collection start at just $725.
But some of them are more.
A lot more.
But we've got you covered.
First, we have 12 months financing at 0%. Or
second, we have 36 months financing at 9.99%, both with approved credit.
Third, we have second chance financing if you need someone to give you a second chance.
And don't forget the Kessler's warranty.
The strongest warranty of any jewelry store in the world.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance.
We need to get to reporter extraordinaire Corbin Smith.
Somebody needs an apology.
Tausch's public apology.
Yeah.
I feel like Rev has been pretty accurate this week, though, with him. Just if you're not interested in the Pella shoots and the cooking and all of the other stuff that we don't get to the Packers stuff very soon.
It's been a compelling week off the field for us to start the show with a lot of things.
Yeah, it's been true. Some ups and downs. Sure.
Geriad and Steven both on the same page in the ESPN Madison YouTube comments. If old T picked his kid up that late, I think Sarah might want to institute a ban. Steven. You know, Dad, I think I've got to put you on a 2-week ban on you picking me up now.
Yeah, he ain't wrong.
That'd be
Some
fair.
points.
Yeah.
They
fair
ain't
points
wrong.
to be made. I'm sure it's all my fault, though. All right.
Jesse, is it fair for me to critique it, to put any of that on Jason?
So back in the day, the old Scalzo and Brush show became one of their things that they would regularly do was the pie chart of blame. So when the Packers would lose, they would do the pie chart of blame, who's to blame for it. When they had technical difficulties on a remote that I had nothing to do with, I ended up with like 75% of the blame a lot of the time. I think a pie chart of blame would not have an empty Wilde wedge, but I don't think it would have a majority Wilde wedge.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
There would be a small wedge.
It comes to me. I am in accountability, 100%. I will take 60, like high 60s, and I'm giving it the rest of it to Jason. So I don't know if you want to say 62-28, something like that. I think that's about where I want to be.
Well, first of all, then where's the
chart.
other 10% if it's 62-28?
I don't want to get into who else I blame. I'm not going to do that.
Okay, but you're acknowledging that there are others that might have been involved.
For sure.
Yeah, Wayne took too many takes. I'm just putting it out there right now.
Wayne and Gina, the two of them did a ton of takes together. Jason and I are sitting there like, what the heck? They've read these lines 700, and they didn't ad-lib anything.
No.
And they were going and going.
The accents on different syllables.
Yeah. Yep. No doubt. Oh, boy. Chris
in Nashville. If Jay Bird is a diva, Mark may be a real housewife of Madison.
Can you agree, Jason, that yesterday when I kept saying Jason, it just wasn't right?
Look, I want to be extra crystal clear here. Your ad-libs were upgrades. They made it more natural and believable. Again, some could say that the table read would have been the time to bring that up because we wasted.
We didn't have time. We didn't have time to do a table read because somebody wasn't there
while you were waiting and reading your script. But the bottom line is that we did like a bunch of takes with you calling me just ask Jason. And you knew it didn't work. I knew it didn't work. But we did like 6 or 7 takes that way before you finally said, you know what, I'm not doing it that way. So it worked out great. Again, we had a great time. The bagels were great. The pizza at lunch was great. The juice. I wish I would have taken the juice, actually, because that citrus juice was delish.
Yeah, you loved it.
But doubt. Be that as it may, I got my mug, brought my mug home. I got both my hoodies.
You stole a mug?
I don't think I stole it. I think they were there for the taking. No?
Well, apparently they were.
What was this, a thrift shop?
Decoration?
No, they gave you 2 sweatshirts. One that you wouldn't wear because it didn't match.
I'm going to wear it today.
Khakis. Now, anywho, I'm not apologizing to Corbin Burns, okay, or Corbin Smith. I'm not doing it. I know you guys all sent me, Joshy and everybody is sending me this. Nobody said that the Seahawks weren't going to trade DK Metcalf. I said Green Bay ain't giving up a first for him and then having to pay him $30. That's what I said. And if they do, and you know what? Crazier stuff's happened. Luka Doncic went to the Los Angeles Lakers. So if it happens, I will formally apologize to Corbin. And if Jesse can get him on the show, I'll apologize to him on it right on the show.
Great.
But until that happens, I'm not. Would Green Bay give up a 5th for him? Yeah. A first? No. All
right, so here's what we're going to do, because, and I don't anticipate Corbin calling in, nor am I asking him to, because he's not going to get his apology until somebody gives up a first-round pick for DK Metcalf. The reporting from Diana Rossini of The Athletic, citing sources. The Seahawks are seeking a first-round pick and a third-round pick.
Yeah.
Now, let's clarify.
Good luck.
Let me understand this. You think your boss is a vigilante. Good luck. As I stated about the trade compensation that Jair Alexander could fetch, one of those executives that I texted with said I'd ask for a 3 and then settle for a 4th or a 5th. Okay, now there was some reporting out there somewhere yesterday that they don't. There has not been a market for Jair, and that they may just outright release him. Okay, but the idea of asking for a 3rd, hoping you get it, and then settling for a 4th or a 5th, I'm assuming John Schneider is saying, I'm going to ask for a 1st and a 3rd, and I'm going to settle for a 2nd and a 5th, or whatever it might be. Because let's be honest, DK Metcalf is not where Davante Adams was when Goody got a 1st and a 2nd from Las Vegas for him. He had been back-to-back first-team All-Pro and was coming off back-to-back 100-plus reception seasons.
DK Metcalf. He chased down Budda Baker. He is a freak of an athlete. Let's not put DK Metcalf and Davante Adams in the same sentence.
No, I'm not. And so the idea of thinking you can get a 1st and a 3rd when the Packers got a 1st and a 2nd for Davante, as Pete Prisco said, no way. Pete Prisco of CBS Sports.
Where do you think, because, listen, I think Goody and the reporting that Goody had DK on his board and liked him, that's interesting to me. Okay, then that makes you think, because a lot of times that will happen. Then you obviously see a guy's career and you're like, oh, it's good. I'm validated in my thoughts. What is the most that Goody would give up? Because you have to keep in mind, and this is the part people don't want to or just leave out. This isn't just trading and getting DK and saying, well, let's play on this contract for a year and see how it goes. He ain't going to do that.
No, he's
going to want that bread.
No. Very clear.
So realizing that, and it ain't going to be, it's going to be in the upper 20s, low 30s if you're going to give him a new deal. I don't think Goody's all that gung-ho about doing that, but what do you think the most he would go? I don't think he's going higher than a third. I don't think he's giving up a second to get DK.
Right, and
maybe I'm wrong.
And I don't know if he also. So let's do this, because I think this is a great sports radio take calls subject, because there's such a wide variance of what your opinion could be on this. You could be all the way from nope, not interested at one end of the spectrum because of the trade price, because of the contract price, because maybe you don't think DK Metcalf is that good, right? Wherever you may be as a Packers fan. To the other side, they'll be like, hey, yeah, give up a first and a third. I want him. And pay him whatever the $30 million a year he's looking for. Which, by the way, the fact that a few years ago Davante was offered $17 million a year, and that was going into the 2021 season.
Yesterday's prices,
again,
Jason,
underscores that the cost of wide receivers has gone up like the cost of eggs. So somewhere in that spectrum, where are you as a Packers fan? So do you want DK Metcalf? What are you willing to give up for him? Do you think that's the right move at wide receiver? Because I saw a tweet from Mark, not you, Mark, a different Mark, who said that we convinced him on Davante yesterday. And if you missed yesterday's show from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Experience Center, my point is that a trade to acquire Davante, or a trade to acquire DK Metcalf costs so much more than acquiring Davante Adams with no trade compensation and not $30 million a year to pay him. And he doesn't even factor into the compensatory pick equation in free agency because he was cut by his team.
I agree with Sam.
Julius Peppers was.
I'm with Sam.
Sam and Kenosha.
Wilde's guy Schneider can kick rocks. Yeah, I'm not even. You say first and third, I'm spitting my coffee all over my computer.
He's ad-libbing the text line now.
He is now, yeah. Mm-hmm. He is.
Out of control.
Right, Wilde?
Creative freedom.
So yeah, see? Are you starting to change my percentage on the pie chart? Here's what I want to know. Are you in or are you out on DK Metcalf? And then explain why. Because
but Jason, I like that question, but it's too varied. If you can get it for a seventh-round pick,
I want the variances, right? Under what circumstances are you in, and in what circumstances?
So here's what I would say, and I know we got to get to break. I will tell you
Thanks for noticing.
What I think. I have my own opinion on it.
Oh God! You can't. Here? No, I have a read here.
That's why I'm asking.
God Almighty! Could someone please just admit that this is the guy that messed up the timeline?
Stick to the script.
No, I did not mess up the read. Jason, even in your I never take accountability phase, which you seem to happen a lot.
That's not true.
You even have to admit you were late to the table read. Can you at least admit that?
I was the only one who had to change clothes for the video.
Jason, can you admit that you were late to the table read?
There was no
I can't
run
help
of
you
the day that
I can't help
table
you then.
read 12:30.
Whoa, Nelly!
I can't help you. If you can't even admit to that, what other things can't you admit to?
I can admit that I am a very happy customer at Associated Bank. In fact, I got to go see my buddy Ben Sorensen later today. And
probably
they
15
take
minutes late. just putting it out there.
8 minutes. Ben has been great to me. The entire team at Associated Bank will be great to you as well. And they've got all kinds of great perks that come with being an Associated Bank customer. That early pay where you get access to your money from your direct deposit up to 2 days early. Credit monitoring, so you're on top of any fraud attempts, any changes to your credit score. 30,000 plus surcharge-free ATMs. The best customer service in the industry, and then Packers checking, Badgers checking, and Brewers checking, all available to you. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. We're talking DK Metcalf vis-a-vis Davante Adams. Tausch will tell you his take. Am I properly teasing us out, Mr. Tauscher?
Pretty good. Pretty good tease.
Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
On air, online, and on demand. Get all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin content anywhere you get your podcasts for free. The new Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella windows and doors at 0% interest. You get so much more than stunning windows and doors. It's the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
Be the MVP of gift giving with a Milwaukee Bucks gift card. From exhilarating Bucks experiences to unforgettable Fiserv Forum events, your gift card recipient can score tickets to Bucks games and other events through the Ticketmaster box office. Shop exclusive gear at the Bucks Pro Shop or get a favorite snack at Fiserv Forum's concessions. It's a win-win gift that lets them choose their experience. To purchase a gift card, visit bucks.com/gift cards.
Hi, this is John Neal, CPA, founder of Right Choice Tax and best-selling author on how to have less stress with the IRS. The IRS has you in their crosshairs. We are local and know how to deal with the IRS and state to solve your situation. Just the other week, we successfully removed the target on Nick to get $194,358 of taxes and penalties removed. This is why I started Right Choice Tax Resolution, to help people fight the IRS and state. You don't know the ins and outs of all the taxes they can charge you or the more than 150 penalties they can impose on you. Make the right choice and call us at 844-222-1192. We want to help so your bank account doesn't get wiped out, your paycheck or Social Security garnished, or a lien put on your house. Get rid of that stress and get back to enjoying life. The situation won't go away if you do nothing. Call us at 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us right now to book a meeting.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. Over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. Simple to play. Pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 1,000 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best way to get action on sports in more than 30 states. The app is really easy to use. To create a lineup, all you have to do, pick more or less on a few player stats for your shot to win up to 1,000 times your money. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join over 10 million users and sign up today. Combine your favorite basketball players with players from baseball and hockey, esports, and much, much more. Second half of the basketball season is here, and the race to the playoffs is heating up on Prize Picks, the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. And don't miss your chance to cash in as the league's best fight for playoff positioning. Download the app today. Use code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game.
Hey, this is Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. One of the best decisions I've made was getting an infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas. Based right in Appleton and Waukesha, they're locally owned for 2 decades. Good Health Saunas are easy to install, cost as little as 25 cents a day, and even include a true lifetime warranty. Learn about Good Health Saunas options at goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen. And you can get $500 to $800 off your purchase. Or see them for yourself March 21st through 30th at the Realtors Home and Garden Show at State Fair Park. Remember, that's goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
(844-770-3776) 844-770-3776. Are you in or are you out? And under what circumstances are you in or out on DK Metcalf? I don't think there are, unless you're giving him away for a 4th or a 5th, I'm out. And even then, I'm not sure if I'm thinking like Goody would think. Because here's the problem, and Tausch, tell me if I'm wrong about this. Tell me if I'm Corbyning it. If I'm Goody and I trade for DK Metcalf, what message have I sent about what I did at the wide receiver position? Is it not an admission that I drafted 6 guys and none of them are good enough to be a number 1 receiver, so I had to go give up assets and pay a guy far more than I was willing to pay Davante Adams 3.5 years ago.
Well,
3 years ago.
Inflation. Yeah, but not with inflation. I get
it was only 3 years ago, though.
Well,
Davante wanted 27. Davante wanted 27. DK wants 30. Now you could get Davante for
27's a really good number 2 now in some circles. Jaden Waddle down in Miami. So here's how I would look at it. If Goody does that, you could look at it from 2 perspectives. The way you just put it, where there's nobody has emerged, or you could look at it and say, it's time, boys. You got to, because I don't think they're going to pay him Justin Jefferson money. I think it'll be closer to what Davante got the first time, 27-ish, somewhere in that ballpark. But you're not worried. Football ain't about feelings. Football's about executing and winning.
Football's also about admitting you were wrong, and he doesn't do that well either, and this would be an admission.
Oh, boy, the pot calling the kettle black on that one, ain't it?
Calling it more gold like your sweatshirt.
I think Goody rectifies scenarios. He doesn't get caught up. When you say he doesn't rectify wrongs, he knew he got the kicking position wrong, he did something about it. He knew he had the backup quarterback position wrong, he did something about it. Like, what are you talking about? He doesn't do things. He adjusts. And I think he believed last year that this group was the case. This would be a case where he would say, yeah, I didn't get it right. I need to do something different. So if I'm going to, this move, this is more about, is he the guy? Is Metcalf the guy? And then what are the alternatives? And is it better? Are there better uses of the resources and the value that I can get with a Davante, or Chris Godwin's going to be available? There's a lot of wide receivers that are going to be available. Are they all as young and as athletic as DK Metcalf? I hate to tell everybody this. Corbin, everybody involved. DK Metcalf is utilizing all of this to get a fat new contract. That's what this is about.
Indeed.
That's what it was about when he first reported it. And I don't blame him for doing it. He got that info and he's using it. But the fact that Seattle thinks they're going to get a 1 and a 3 is, it's just, most
ludicrous.
People that watch ball and talk ball spit coffee on their laptops when that happens. It is a psh type of deal. Now, is somebody going to be crazy enough to give up a 1 and then pay him $30 million? I just don't see it.
Doncic.
There's always a Doncic. Yeah, there's a Doncic. So everything now has to be framed through the Doncic
lens.
Meter, right? Lens, thank you. So in this case, from a Packers standpoint, if you're going to make this move and get Metcalf, I'm not going to pay him. He's got to play this year out, and he ain't going to do that.
He's not doing
so then,
that.
am I going to sit there and have a Hassan Reddick type situation? No. So it may be worth a flyer, a fourth or a fifth at the highest for me. I am not interested in bringing him in on a first and a third, and then paying him 30-some million. Sign me out, coach. Pour me out, coach. Dump me out, coach. I am out. I need a fourth or fifth, and then let him see how he fits in this room. And if he ain't interested in that, because he ain't, he's interested in getting broke off. And
not. Yes.
He should be. I would bet, even though they have the young guy, Seattle has the young guy from Ohio State out there, I would bet that what's going to happen is Seattle is not going to get the value back, and they're either going to do a Deebo Samuel and say, well, this is what it is, we just want to move along, let's get a pick, or they're going to try and sign him to a team-friendlier deal after DK finds out nobody wants to pay him $35 million a year. That would be the two things, and I don't want Green Bay in any of those scenarios. There's too many other options that make more sense to me than paying, giving up assets, and doing this with DK, and then also setting that ripple that you're talking about. Davante comes in, that ripple will still be there, but it's going to be a nice, calm ripple that hits the sand. And eventually, everybody, Davante will say, guys, it's safe. There's no riptide. Come on in. I'm going to help you get out to that buoy and have a heck of a day out at the beach. DK comes in, you're talking about monster waves, like Portuguese waves, those big waves over in Portugal that people come to watch. That's what DK would do. I want the soft ripple that brings everybody out to the party.
Is there a chance that in the end...
That's good visual, Jesse. Now that's good visualization.
I'm not familiar with the Portuguese waves.
Yeah, if you look at it, there's a time of the year that they have the biggest waves in the world. Surfers go there strictly to do those waves. I'm talking big old swells. Big old swells.
So is
That's
that a great picture that you painted, if most people don't know that because we've never been to Portugal?
You would get educated.
I like the visual still.
I like it
I
now
just
that
educated it.
Now that I understand
Did I not? But did I not go into great detail about the little ripples and Davante
Hitting
standing
the
there saying,
sand.
hey,
Yeah.
and going
Come
out
on
to the
in,
buoy and
water's
having
warm.
a party and enjoying themselves? Is there anything better than firing Frisbees out in the ocean when it's a beautiful hot day and you're Frisbeeing it around and you got a Coors Light in your hand? Like, that's a good day. That's what we're looking for with whatever receiver we bring in, because we still believe that this young group wants to go out to the beach party. We don't want him to get sucked up in a riptide. We want him to grow and join the party and have a day and get out in that ocean and rip the Frisbee around a little bit.
Wait, are we surfing
Don't
or are
we?
we throwing Frisbees into the ocean? And are you like
I wanna
Kramer
throw
on the
Frisbees.
beach hitting drivers into the ocean? Or are you playing
No, I wanna
catch with
throw
your
Frisbees.
Frisbee?
I told
You're
you,
just throwing
Jason,
it
you
to
don't
the
know about
ocean?
this, but Jesse, you know about the game Beersby,
Oh,
where you're
you
firing
love
that
it. Yeah.
fire. You want your group to be. Not everybody's a great surfer. That is a great talent that certain people have.
Like yourself.
I want guys that are welcoming. Davante Adams, he is going to come in. He's going to bring his Taco Bell. He's going to bring all that stuff to the party, and he's going to have a day.
Free advertising.
And he's going to say, Jaden, Wixie, Watson, let's go to the beach. This is
Romeo,
going to
come
be
on
nice.
into
We're not
work
going to go out.
today.
We're not going out in those big swells. We're going to have a day, and we're going to have fun, and we're going to grow together. I'm going to get you guys better. That is the smaller ripple that wide receiver room can take on.
Yeah.
You don't want them going to Portugal with the big swells. Guys are going to get eaten up. You don't want that. You don't want Pam Anderson having to jump out there at 65 years old trying to save these guys. Okay?
Outstanding. I know you need a pat on the back every once in a while.
I was a
that.
Yasmin Bleeth. I was
Pam
a big
Anderson,
Yasmin Bleeth
57, guy. By the way. Pam Anderson, 57. And she's no longer wearing makeup either.
Yasmin Bleeth.
I'll have to look up Yasmin Bleeth. I don't have that.
Who are the other ones? Who are the other?
Well, Hasselhoff is still the quintessential.
Donna D'Errico, right? Donna D'Errico was in there. I know a lot about these, and I never watched an episode. And I know you probably don't believe, but it's true.
Yasmin Bleeth, 56. 56.
Okay, Yasmin.
So,
all right.
There you have it. Great illustration, because I do believe that Davante, fewer ripples instead of the Portuguese. If you'd have gone, I gotta say, if you would have gone Patrick Swayze in Point Break, and he goes at the end of the movie to those big
That's
waves.
Keanu Reeves' movie, isn't it? There's a Point Break Keanu Reeves.
They're both the stars of the film, and
kind of like you two at the commercial shoot yesterday.
Very much so.
Who's Wayne Larrivee in that commercial? Or in that
Gary Busey.
Wow. Well, then who's Gina? Who's Gina in that?
Lori, who I can't remember. Lori, she's the love interest for Keanu. I'll look that up. I want to get to people's opinions on this, because we made our case yesterday for Davante, and apparently it very effectively did so.
Lori Petty,
thank you very much. I just want to hear where people land on this, because maybe I'm being obtuse, but I just don't see the DK Metcalf juice worth the squeeze. Because of what you have to give up, because of what you have to pay for him, and because you are saying that I don't think Dontavion Wicks or Jaden Reed or Christian Watson or Romeo Doubs is up to the task of growing into the number one role. Whereas if you sign Davante Adams, you're saying we're getting a guy who's been a one, but he's toward the end, and someone could surpass him the way he surpassed Jordy. I like that dynamic better for the Packers.
Less ripples.
844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. Less is more. We'll get to your thoughts next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Think ski season is over? Well, think again. Granite Peak's bringing you Wisconsin's longest ski season, going strong through April 6th. We're talking spring skiing at Wisconsin's largest resort with live music, fireworks, and endless snow across our incredible terrain. Make it a getaway in nearby Wausau, where comfortable lodging and family activities await. Why travel far when the best spring skiing is right here? Book your ski and stay packages today. Visit skigranitepeak.com for lift tickets and lodging packages. Granite Peak, where winter lasts longer.
Wisconsin is still cattle country, and that
That's why Bunzel's chose to stay close to home to hand-select the finest beef. Quality goes into everything they do, from Bunzel's expansive array of meats, homemade specialty sausages, and their award-winning beef jerky. It just isn't a proper holiday meal without Bunzel's top-quality cuts on the dinner table. Tasting is believing. Visit Bunzel's at 90th and Burleigh or bunzels.com.
With your Saganac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. The 20th ranked Golden Eagles battled but came up a bit short as they lost at UConn 72-66. Senior guard Cam Jones finished with 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals as he extended his double-digit scoring streak to a nation-tying best 46 straight games.
Cam Jones spinning in the lane. To the basket, scoop layup is good. Easy. Marquette within 1.
Marquette now 22-8 overall and 13-6 in Big East play. Next up for MU, a Senior Day showdown with number 6 St. John's Saturday morning at Fiserv 4.
Don't miss the shot when it comes to offering medical coverage to your employees. Saganiac Planning can coach you on ways to balance costs and prioritize care for your employees with coverage provided by United Healthcare. Call Steve Fluellen, 262-783-6161, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service. Insurance coverage provided by or through United Healthcare Insurance Company or its affiliate. Administrative services provided by United Healthcare Services, Inc. or its affiliate. Health plan coverage provided by or through United Healthcare of Wisconsin, Inc.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
The new year is here, and we all know it's the perfect time to hit the reset button. Let's be real, guys. Feeling confident in how you look and feel isn't just for women. That's where Quintessa Aesthetic Center comes in. From now through March 31st, Quintessa is offering exclusive packages to help you start 2025 as a more confident you. Whether it's weight loss plans or even IV therapy, Quintessa has personalized options backed by medical experts to help you look and feel your absolute best. Visit myquintessa.com to learn more. Make 2025 the year you feel confident inside and out.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Missed any of the show? Find us on Wisconsin On Demand wherever you get your podcasts. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you.
From dying young, I see the light go past my shoulder on one less day. From dying young, and I'm not afraid.
844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and text line. I'm out on DK Metcalf, not because he's not a good player, but because you have to give up draft capital and because you got to pay him. If he doesn't get $30 million a year, he's going to get something in that neighborhood, and you're sending the message to.
How good is he? How good is he?
He's had 3 1,000-yard seasons last year. He had 992. In fairness, how good is Geno Smith?
Fair question. Yeah.
Again, it's not that I don't think he's a good player, but the cost that is required for that and the message it sends is not what I want to do if I'm Goody and if I'm me. Where are you at as a Packers fan? Steve in Lincoln. I agree with Jason. Always a great way to start a text. Not enough texts start that way, quite frankly. I'd give a fourth or a fifth and have to find the right price for an extension. I'd rather look at Davante, maybe Chris Godwin if he gets released. Aren't the Packers looking at the DL guy from Indy? I'll have to check on that one.
Maybe.
Is it Odikazua? No, he got $80 million from the Cowboys. Great show. My daughter's soccer coach's expectation was early is on time. On time is late, for what it's worth. Oh, I didn't know his daughter's soccer coach was Vince Lombardi. So there you go. Look, I'm biased on the Davante thing, but that doesn't mean my view of him is wrong. I think the ripples that Tausch described are exactly what we're talking about here. DK Metcalf is clearing the pool. He is cannonballing into the pool, and it is going to make a major splash, but it's also going to have ripples with the rest of the wide receivers. And the message is, I don't think you guys can emerge as a number one receiver, despite everything that I've been saying to the contrary.
Okay, so, Jason, does this room need? I don't think this room needs a tsunami. I don't think we need to have a tsunami warning.
Silent T.
I also think they might need more than a ripple.
But I think Davante's more than a ripple. I think he's.
I do too.
I think he's reasonable surfing waves.
Yep, you're bringing him out. Come on out. Come to the party. We need someone that's going to do that. But I don't think it's just a status quo, laissez-faire type dude. And I don't think Goody. For everybody that's saying, "Oh, you're going to let these guys grow and develop," and he don't want to make. If he does this, he's making it out like it's a mistake. Goody ain't about that life. Goody's about winning.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought when you said earlier in the show that he doesn't like admitting when he's wrong, I couldn't disagree with you more. He has admitted he's wrong numerous times.
No,
he does.
He was wrong twice on the kicker
Jason,
until they
his
got
actions.
Brandon McManus. You don't get credit for getting it wrong twice. He refused to admit, while they were clearly a playoff team as they grew into the playoffs in 2023, that Anders wasn't the guy. There were veteran kickers. Maybe a veteran kicker makes the 41-yarder in that game. Maybe you're playing in an NFC championship game then. He wouldn't admit it was wrong then. Only after he'd had a second rookie kicker also not be good enough that he finally said, we can't keep doing this. That's not admitting you're wrong. That's everyone hitting you over the head telling you you're wrong.
Question. Is it about how many times you get knocked down, or is it about how many times you get up?
Well, have they gotten up?
No,
they lost 3 in a row to end the season. I'm not sure they got
up. What's the answer? Which one is it more about?
This is about overcoming adversity, not admitting you're wrong. You're conflating the two concepts.
I don't know how you can look at this and say that he hasn't admitted. He is also given people opportunities to grow into things. And has he maybe stayed a little long? Anders Carlson, I can't argue with your point on that. That's a fair criticism. But to sit here and say he's just going to say, "Oh, we're not doing this, we're going to do it." Did Lucas Van Ness, has he played a ton, or has he moved around? Have they brought other guys in, given them opportunity? He wants these young guys to grow and giving them opportunities.
They didn't bring anybody in at that position. And he's not in charge of playing time.
Cox. Brenton Cox is playing more.
Goody's not playing Brenton Cox. Matt LaFleur.
You don't think
and
the
Jeff
GM
Hafley
has a say in who's
Brenton Cox?
You don't think the GM has a say?
No,
in who's
because
playing?
I think he would be saying, "Hey, you got to play LVN more to get him going. He's a first-round pick. We made a big investment
we just
on him."
Fundamentally, and it's okay. We fundamentally disagree.
Do you think
Goody
Ted was
went out
telling
and
Mike
said,
who to play?
I don't have enough. I don't have enough at backup quarterback. I'm not going to just stand pat. I don't have it at kicker. I'm going to find solutions to these problems. I'm not going to sit here and say, "No, I wasn't wrong. I was wrong, and I'm rectifying it."
How long did he wait to find a solution at safety?
He had to wait because old boy was under investigation. He couldn't bring it. He was under investigation.
No, safety. How long did he wait at safety with a first-round pick that he gave a fifth-year option to in Darnell Savage? Did he admit he was wrong with that pick? He gave him a fifth-year option.
Did he pay him and keep him? Or did he go and find the best guy that was available?
Option. And he wasn't good enough. We're all talking about how, hey, maybe Joe Barry would have been a better defensive coordinator had he had Xavier McKinney instead of Darnell Savage. I don't think he has a track record of acknowledging mistakes. He still hasn't acknowledged Davante mistakes.
Who has a better track record of admitting their mistakes, LaFleur or Goody?
LaFleur, everything's always his fault. He does it so much that he's wrong.
See, this is where you get caught up in the journalism side of this. What are they saying? I don't care. What are they doing? Not about what you say. Say what you want to say. Tell me what you do.
Say what you want to say. Say what you want to say.
You think LaFleur, because he says I'm taking accountability?
No.
Is more?
No, that was a joke, but then you jumped on it. But I do think I do think that Matt LaFleur admits that he blew the timing in the Bears game by calling the timeout. I think he has a better track record of his actions acknowledging screw-ups. Yes, I do.
What did he do about it?
Well, considering they
Admitting
lost the
things,
game.
Jason, it's super easy to say, my bad. My bad.
It's
well,
not,
what are you doing
though.
about it? Hey, Joe Barry is not good enough as a defensive coordinator. What am I going to do? I'm going to keep him for 3 years. That's what I'm going to do. That's accountability? Yeah, it's not good enough. How many times you hear it's not good enough? But I'm going to keep him. Oh, the special teams. Oh, we brought in this. Oh, well, it's on me. Well, what are you doing about it? Okay, great. That's cute. That's cute that it's on you, but what are you doing about it?
You're calling Gruber Law Offices for representation. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666, 414-276-6666. Go to the website, gruber-law.com. Find out more about the history of the firm, all the great lawyers that are there, everything David and his family do in our communities. But more importantly, find out that if you need the legal assistance, you want the best in the business, and that is Gruber Law Offices. One call. That's all. We'll continue this conversation, not about admitting you're wrong, in 2 minutes when we kick off the 10 o'clock hour. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at TPC Sawgrass, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at wisconsindoorgolfcenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through March 31st. Your winter chance to play TPC Sawgrass awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
Strong mind, strong body, and strong communities. That is what you need to know about the Princeton Club, and that is what you can achieve at the Princeton Club of New Berlin. When you walk in there, you will feel completely motivated to better yourself just like everyone else is doing. I've done personal training. They have saunas. They have workout classes. They have basketball courts. They have indoor-outdoor swimming pools. It all starts with a tour. Check it out. You're going to fall in love. Free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. Check out the Princeton Club of New Berlin. Get your tour and take that small step to a bigger journey for a better tomorrow. That's at theprincetonclub.net.
Hungry? Quick Trip's got you. No dinner plans? Food's here, and it's a pizza party. Don's pizzas are 4 for just $10. Choose from a variety of toppings. So easy and delicious. Get plenty to eat and keep your wallet happy too.
Food's here, and it's ready when you are. Quick Trip isn't just convenient, it's here to make your life easier and better.
Fuel up at your ultimate destination for snacks and meals that hit the spot. Only at Quick Trip.
Hi, I'm Jim Token, president of the Auto Dealers of Metro Milwaukee. Did you know that Adam members employ more than 7,500 people? Plus, Adam recently completed their 14th annual Feeding America Change Your Oil promotion. To date, Adam has donated over $875,000, which provided over 2.6 million meals. Start your next car search by finding an Adam member dealer at adam.com. That's ADAMM.com.
Hey, this is Homer. You're listening to the home of Marquette basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. I don't know, maybe people aren't that passionate about this DK Metcalf nonsense. Because it is nonsense. The idea of giving up first and third round picks for him.
Yeah. Sorry, Corby.
You're still going to pile on our guy, Corbin?
No, I'm not piling on. Listen, I think Corbin, I am never going to pile on. You know, I know a lot of people. I am not old media. I'm not new media. I'm an analyst.
I've heard
that. But the blogosphere and everything else, fans, I love it. More. Bring me more. Let me see info. I want all of it. And then I can decipher through, Well, what's the motivation? And I think a lot of times, Jason, you don't break news. That's not your thing. You're a feels guy. You want to write the feeling and the good stories.
I don't want to play the game. You're right. 100% true. Yep.
Well, and the game, you get played a lot in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Shefty and all these insiders, there's a give and a take. I don't know Corbin's, I don't know his protocol. I don't know his, who his associations are with and whatnot, but he's out there grinding. I respect the heck out of it. Everybody out there that's giving opinions and doing it, I love it. Bring it on. We'll decipher. I like to be able to decipher, and obviously certain people have higher credibility when it comes to if this is actually true. But people do get, I don't want to say used, but narratives want to be put out that, I want to be traded. It comes back to I want to make more money. I want a new deal, and if Seattle doesn't want to do it, I want out. And DK Metcalf should. I want guys pushing for new deals. It's good. But that doesn't mean it's going to happen. And I will be shocked if somebody gives a 1 and a 3 up. And I will bandy about and make sure to let Corby know that I apologize if that happens. That's all. Josh's been all over me about apologizing.
Well, just to be clear, for Corbin's sake, he had that DK Metcalf was on the trading block. He had that the Seahawks wanted the 23rd overall pick for him. Do I think that, because there were some reports that said the Packers hadn't had any conversations, do I think that they most likely had conversations that they're not supposed to be having through some back channels, and that's where Corby got this stuff from? Probably, right? That's what goes on at the Combine. There's all kinds of off the record. We're not really negotiating. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. DK might be available when John Schneider's having a little St. Elmo's ice cream for dessert after having his shrimp cocktail singeing his nose hairs. That said, it appears that most of what Corby had to say had some validity to it. Now, whether or not it actually comes to fruition or not, he didn't say it was going to happen. He never reported that it was happening. So, just in fairness to the Korbmeister. Now, let's get to a call. 844-770-3776. We're getting tons of responses via Twitter, via the text portion of the Talk and Text line. Carb list is more. Well, we only got one call. It's from Sam in Kenosha. So, Sam, thank you for your service, dialing us up. Are you in or are you out on DK Metcalf?
I'm in. Definitely kind of more with Tausch. Definitely not for that price, but maybe as high as a third. I think the Packers should definitely trade Romeo Doubs, because I think there's no way you're signing him on his last year's contract. So, maybe a fourth and Doubs, something like that, or a late pick and something conditional for next year would be more ideal. And then I also don't think it really changes the message for the locker room, because with Watson hurt, he's not probably going to sign a long-term deal after this year. You still have Reed and Wicks with 2 years left to prove it. So you're not running into when you'd have to extend one of them. So if you got someone like DK, you could have him theoretically for 2 or 3 years before that guaranteed money would probably run out, and then come in line with possibly one of those guys or someone that's drafted this year. So definitely not for the price, but definitely interested.
Sam, let me ask you this. Do you believe that Jaden Reed or Dontavion Wicks can be a true number one wide receiver in the NFL, based on what you've seen through 2 years?
No, I would like to think they could, but right now, no. But that's why, if you brought someone in this year, you still have those 2 years left on their rookie deals. So there's still time. And then kind of going with you're saying, that kind of instead of Davante being, the cover gap, DK could. And then even if you drafted someone this year, that would, maybe give that person 2 years to then take the torch from him. And kind of restarting the cycle of passing the baton in the wide receiver room.
Yeah, great call, Sam. We appreciate you. So my argument is,
great question that we.
I'll pull it. DK Metcalf, if you're paying him 26, 27, 28, 30 million a year, he's got to be your number one for much longer than that. Mm-hmm. Longer than your contracts run with Jaden Reed and Dontavion Wicks. I believe, while I disagree with Homer on quite a few things, including yesterday on the nonsense that people at Live Green Bay should just be thankful that they have a football team here and should pay whatever the Packers charge for tickets. His philosophy.
Somebody that's never bought a ticket in his life either. That's the funny part about it.
His philosophy on young players, to judge young players based on what they do well, not on the mistakes they make, I think is a really good philosophy, because there is a growth required. And I think we have seen glimpses that Dontavion Wicks and Jaden Reed could be special. They're not special enough yet, and there's no guarantee they will become that. I still think they can be. I think they have the chance to be better than the two guys that are left from the 2022 draft, especially in light of Christian Watson's ACL and not knowing what the future holds for him. So the reason I want Davante is not because he's in my top 5 of favorite players I've covered, along with Aaron Rodgers, Dorsey Levens, Mark Tauscher, Charles Woodson. I think Davante's probably in that top 5 with those 4. Beyond that, I think it's because it's the perfect fit, and it still gives those two guys that I mentioned the chance to grow into number 1 receivers. And if you pay DK Metcalf, he's got to be the guy, and he's got to be the guy for more than 2 years. He just does.
Yeah, I think what I always love about doing this show is you get fan reactions. I love to get in the psychology of it, but also you end up kind of tangentially getting to the main point. This DK Metcalf, the Davante, we've spent a lot of time discussing both. But really what the underlying question on this is, do we have somebody we have any type of confidence in to be a number 1 wideout that's currently on this team? That's the question. Because if you do feel that way, Davante is the perfect bridge. You can still use the urgency part. A lot of these other guys that we're talking about, whether it's Metcalf and T. Higgins, some of these other guys, you are pretty much putting out there, this ain't it. Like we don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys in that locker room will also feel that's tough luck. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying we shouldn't do that because of it. But if you really feel, and last offseason we spent an inordinate amount of time. I thought it was fascinating then, and I think it's actually even more fascinating now with the season that group collectively put together. It did the opposite of what you hope for in young players. You want certainty. You want to know, well, this guy can't play. Well, this guy can. And you see glimpses in a lot of guys, but you don't see enough to certainly say, I know this guy is going to be a 1. Now, I do believe Jaden Reed has showed enough to know I want him on our team for a long time. I can't say that about anyone else in that group. Nobody. And maybe I'm wrong, but I want Jaden Reed, and I don't think as we sit here today on March 6th, I am not sitting here saying I want him as my 1. I'm saying I think he'd be a nice 2. He could be a nice 2.
Fair. Yeah.
But if I'm banking moving forward, he's going to be my dog. I think I'm going to be disappointed unless things change.
And you're not as big of a Wicks believer as I am either.
No, I am not. No, I've always been Watson, and I have to come to grips that his injuries and what's happened, I still believe that if and when, but I can't sit here in good faith and say that I can have a ton of faith and trust in that because his injuries are what they are. And it sucks because I think when he's healthy, man, his explosivity and I think he was starting to get it a little bit with being able to adjust to footballs and all that. And that's why I'm so disappointed for him.
Totally.
Because he is a special, special talent. And unlike Jesse, who thinks he's just a guy and doesn't do anything, he was a difference maker with how teams covered and defended our offense. When he was out, everything got muddled. And that puts more on these young receivers, and unfortunately, they were not ready for that yet at this time.
Tausch, Prize Picks. I don't know if you took any Mavericks players yesterday.
Had a good night last night. I had a good night. Jesse sent me over a bunch of stuff.
Did you do just what he said?
I did not. No, I did not heed Jesse's advice. No, but I did I had a winner. Old T with a dub. Dollar Dame led me. Dollar Dame. Big night for the Damester last night. Prize Picks, the best place to get real money sports action. Over 10 million members, billions of dollars in award winnings. Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to everybody. Giannis, what a guy, 20,000 points. You imagine getting that back when he was a rookie? More or less 20,000 points. There have been a lot of people probably falling short on that one. Beautiful part about Prize Picks, they have season-long stuff. They have all different types of games. You got the Friday Flex. You got the Tuesdays. You got it all. Prize Picks gives you a chance to win up to 1,000 times your money. Just get 2 correct picks, and you're in great shape. The second half of the hoop season, it's a-coming. Prize Picks is the best place to cash in on your favorite sports. Don't miss your chance to cash in as the league's best continue to scrap for playoff positioning. Download the app. Use that code WI to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks.
Run!
Your game.
Get some more of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And sponsored by American Family Insurance. NFL draft season is upon us.
I can tell you why LaFleur doesn't go to the combine. He doesn't have anything to do with the players that are picked. If I don't have anything to do with the players being picked, why am I wasting my time at the combine? What's the point of me being there? I need to get to know the players? No, I don't. I can get to know them when he drafts them, and then they show up, and I learn about them that way.
Get all your pre-draft scoops here. The Homer Hour. Weekdays from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
I think people have an illusion of how good this Cowboys team is. You got to remember, they have key pieces on their team, both sides of the ball, that are going to potentially be gone this year. Zach Martin just retired. DeMarcus Lawrence is a free agent. Your leading rusher, Rico Dowdle, is a free agent. Jordan Lewis, who is a respected leader in that locker room in that secondary, is a free agent. And not to mention the other guys that are a year away from free agency that you probably better get contracts worked out with sooner rather than later. So there are a lot of issues that this team is facing from a contractual standpoint, and I struggle to see a world where they have enough resources, enough cap space to take care of all of the players that are currently on the roster and then add in the areas that they need to improve in order to be competitive with the upper echelon teams in the NFC.
Lowe's knows that your deadlines don't change, even when your job does. But with Lowe's Buy Online, Pick Up in Store, we'll help you adjust on the fly. And when you absolutely can't leave the project, we can deliver to your job site as soon as same day. Lowe's knows pros. We help, you save. Valid on eligible in-stock orders and select zip codes placed by 2 p.m. for same-day delivery by 8 p.m. Subject to driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. More terms apply. See Lowe's.com/same-day delivery for details.
Robinhood Gold members can now enjoy the VIP treatment, receiving a 3% IRA match on annual retirement contributions. With Robinhood Gold, the perks of the high net worth are now available for any net worth. The new gold standard is here with Robinhood Gold. To receive a 3% boost on annual IRA contributions, sign up at Robinhood.com/gold. Investing involves risk. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold at $5 a month for 1 year from first match. Must keep funds in IRA for 5 years. Go to Robinhood.com/boost. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC. Gold membership is offered by Robinhood Gold LLC.
It's time for the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust. Get your Golden Eagles essentials by opening Marquette checking from Wintrust today.
A back-and-forth game in the second half didn't go number 20 Marquette's way in the end as they fell at UConn 72-66. Senior forward David Joplin led all scorers with 23 points, including 3 of 6 from 3, but was just one of 2 MU players to hit double figures on the night.
Joplin. He'll give to Parham. He's left of the lane. Back to Joplin in the corner.
Hunter.
Holla at your boy. There's a look.
Bigger than big.
Fellow senior Cam Jones finished with 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals as he extended his double-digit scoring streak to a nation-tying best 46 straight games. The Golden Eagles dropped to 22-8 overall and 13-6 in Big East play. Next up for MU, a senior day showdown with number 6 St. John's Saturday morning at Fiserv Forum.
This has been the Marquette Minute on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by Wintrust, Wisconsin's bank, and the official bank of Marquette University.
Are you ready to shake things up at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee? All you gotta do is toss your rewards card into your favorite slots for drawing entries and a chance to be in the Roll for Riches game show. What's on the table? Oh, just $300K in cash and prizes. Play this March, and Thursday nights, you could get on a winning streak that, frankly, you deserve. Let it ride and Roll for Riches. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
I love reverse cam. Hi, Hunter.
He's in a meeting right now.
I know he is, but I love this.
Important meeting.
If the new game that Tausch wants to play is half as interesting and fun and engaging, is that Alex Gravatt in like a suit?
Yeah, a big event going on campus today. Adrian Wojnarowski is in town.
Oh, I wanted to go. Yeah, so is Troy Vincent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Troy Vincent's here. Adrian Wojnarowski's here. All at the sports business thing going on campus.
Yeah, I wanted to go to that, but I left my house yesterday, and I've met my quota for the week. If Tausch's new game is as good as the fun that comes from reverse cam, it will be a smashing success. We will unveil it. I can't wait to hear what the music is for it coming up next. But first, we got to get to another call. Let's go out to Fitchburg and talk to Darcy about the DK Metcalf conversation. Darcy, good morning. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great. So when I first heard about the rumor, I was really excited. That was not on my radar at all. But you wonder how true it is because it was leaked, but I hope it's true. And I was kind of hoping we were going to have a Jair Alexander trade for a draft pick. That would have made me feel a little bit better about this potentially happening if Goody had gotten a pick and then he could let go of a pick because we know he really loves to increase his draft. So I was hoping about that. I do agree with Jason. I am not out on Wicks yet. There are flashes in there, and I hope if we brought in a veteran that would help Wicks. Maybe he'd have a mentor to kind of get him over some of these struggles that he's having. And I agree with Tausch about Reed. He's phenomenal. Got to keep him on the team, but I don't think he's a 1. So right now, I don't think we have a 1 on the team. We'll see what happens with the draft, but I would love to see DK come in and just settle down our offense a little bit and let our wide receivers have time to take that next step.
So, Darcy, first of all, you should call more often, especially if you're going to agree with both of us during the course of your calls. Secondly, and I'm going to push our luck here because maybe you disagree with me on this. So are you interested or not interested in a Davante Adams reunion?
I would be happy if Davante came back as well. However, I just don't see it happening. I think he wants to be on the West Coast. I know he's putting out all these little, crumbs that he wants to come back, but I don't know that he really does.
Hey, all right, you're having a great call. You don't need to bring up crumbs. And then we go back to the Hansel and Gretel painting that I left at the Thunder Trio that I didn't want because it was a crappy gift. But hey, it's okay. Otherwise, great call. Thanks, Darcy. We appreciate you.
Yep. Thank you. Bye.
So I don't know what to. I'm going to reach back out to Davante because I just. Again, according to a source close to him, he's open to a reunion. I would like to know, in his heart of hearts, if he were to power rank with Jesse's music playing in the background, his preferred destinations, where the Packers would rank. Because if we're being honest...
I saw something yesterday that Las Vegas, and again, this is Twitter... that Las Vegas had the odds of him going to the Packers at the top of the list.
Yeah, I saw that too. Now, I don't think that the folks in the desert that set those, I think they do that for engagement. I don't think they have inside information as opposed to when they, do such a great job of making the lines.
Jason, Las Vegas doesn't have any inside information.
Not when it comes to play. How often do they get the play?
I rolled my eyes. For the audience that isn't on YouTube.
Thank you. Yeah.
Heavy eye roll.
I understand that, but when it comes to setting the line for games, they obviously are great at it. I think if you look at these, this is to get people talking about their sports book.
I agree with that.
So I don't think they have any inside information on where Davante's going. That said,
can you ask him? Because we did the kind of the ideas yesterday, and Jesse didn't take my advice, and that I thought you were super profound with putting not going west wasn't on the medal stand. We ranked yesterday from a Davante standpoint, what's most important? Quarterback, money, winning. And then I think you had going west wasn't even on the medal stand. And Jesse has also said that's like Matt Hamilton at the curling stuff, which I thought was a low blow.
That's mean.
But that's what Jesse does. So that is kind of where I'm at. And I'd be curious if Davante would agree with you on that.
Yeah, I don't want to betray confidences, but this was my frustration with Goody not responding to me, is that if he doesn't want Davante Adams, I don't want to keep talking about it. Like, I don't want to be getting people's hopes up about something that he has no interest in, right? I want to be responsible in this role, and it would have been helpful if he'd responded to me. But again, I could have just written it as, if you do not respond, I will take that as you being very, very, very interested
kind of
in
on
Davante.
You. Totally on you.
Yeah, well, I can't unring that bell. What I can do is set the stage for a brand new game that Tausch has invented. But before we can play it, he's got to tell us about Coors Light. And I'm curious, the sheet that you carry around, it looks like the Dead Sea Scrolls at this point.
Yeah, I love this one. Look at it.
I mean,
It's a little tattered.
Oh, my.
It's a little tattered. I love it, though. It brings me a lot of joy, just like Coors Light brings me a lot of joy. Brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it's cold packaged, so it is made to chill. Born in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado in 1978, Coors Light is refreshing. It is crisp. It's only 102 calories. That's why it is Coors Light in my hand when I need a moment to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company. Golden, Colorado.
The new game, Yerp or Nerp. Got to make sure you could hear the N, which we did not hear from Tausch when he brought these words to our attention. We'll play it next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
At UW Credit Union, our home loans have everything you need for your next big step, including up to $750 off closing costs for all home buyers. And first-time buyers can save even more. So if you're ready to trade roomies for more room, or your townhome for an out-of-town home, UW Credit Union will be with you from start to furnished. UW Credit Union. Apply online today. Equal housing lender. Credit may be limited as required by program. Visit uwcu.org for details.
Let's talk about home turf. Your lawn is a reflection of your pride, hard work, and even competitive spirit. If you want a yard that makes the neighbors stop and stare, you need the right plan. That's where Weedman Lawn Care comes in. Weedman's lawn care program is kid and pet friendly, uses golf course quality fertilizer, and has an effective weed treatment to dominate any issue. Get a free quote of Weedman's winning formula for your yard at weedman.com and get 50% off your first treatment. That's weedman.com. Weedman for the win.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Ever notice how wine enthusiasts often speak a completely different language? And while that language may technically be English, to most people it's anything but. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor, where we stock over 8,000 varieties of wine and speak many dialects of wine English to help everyone, from the wine novice to the master sommelier. So if you need an expert recommendation for wine, or maybe you know what you want and simply need help locating it, our experienced staff has got your back. No matter the budget, occasion, or your level of wine expertise, Discount Liquor will make you feel at home. Discount Liquor, unmatched selection, everyday low prices, a helpful staff, and 2 convenient locations. In Milwaukee on 51st and Oklahoma, and in downtown Waukesha on Barstow and Maine.
Discount Liquor.
They say seeing is believing, and when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sports book, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
An infrared sauna in your home? Turn that dream into a reality with Good Health Saunas. ESPN Milwaukee's Jen Latta here. My infrared sauna from Good Health Saunas has changed my life. An easy-to-install sauna that's great for post-workout, travel, or long-day detoxification. See their variety of sauna options at the Realtors Home and Garden Show, March 21st through the 30th at State Fair Park, or visit goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen and get $500 to $800 off. That's goodhealthsaunas.com/Jen.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Did you know when you brought this up that this would become a game?
For sure.
Also, Paula's friend just opened a new coffee shop, an independent coffee shop, so she brought me a coffee cake from there. I'm going to eat it during the game because it's warm and it's really good. So
it's kind of IPT.
Yeah, well, I'm going to do it anyway. Time now.
Why don't you start folding some laundry while you're doing it too? Anything else?
I have stopped doing that and it has really put a crimp in my laundry folding schedule. But I know it was distracting to you.
I'm certainly sorry.
You're
that
welcome
your job
for my...
Your job has been distracted so you couldn't do laundry. Wolf down your food, sure. Good
time now.
All right, Jesse.
Oh, the worst.
Just why don't you eat? Just chill. You know what? Go take a break.
Should I
go
order
eat your
Coors Light?
sandwiches and your coffee. So, Jesse, all of this conversation about giving up a first-round pick and DK Metcalf got me thinking. We know Goody loves first-round picks. He loves them. He loves picks. He loves draft picks. He wants to accumulate them. And obviously, there are certain players that are unattainable. There's quarterbacks that are signed up to long-term deals. But when you saw Joe Tooney go for a fourth, and you've seen others go for fifth and sixth-round picks, Debo, you start wondering, who right now is available, and it's realistic that this first-round pick could potentially pry them from their current teams, or they're out there and ready to be traded. So, after Eleanor with the great idea of Yerp or Nerp, we're going to go Yerp or Nerp. Would you trade your first pick for this player to come to Green Bay? That is the game. Yerp or Nerp. Would you trade your 23rd pick to this team for that? And I don't know. I've given you a bunch of head time to do this. If you found some music that might work and fit with the tone of this game, and then let's go.
So disappointing.
It is a trial run. We usually do this for games we don't know might have staying power or not. So
yeah, we don't know.
Regardless.
Obviously, the numbers game, great theme music, horrific execution of the game by one Jesse J. Nelson.
It was a long time ago.
But I'm not worried about that. I am okay with that.
Now, wait a minute.
All right, Jesse.
We have had other games that have come and gone.
Are you done eating your cake? I thought you were taking a long...
all right.
No, you're back?
Danny Zetterman, who's our coach and is a fantastic guy, he suggests that we, push the envelope, try things out.
He's always said eat cake.
Not eat on the radio.
I thought you said eat cake, pick your boogers. He has said all of that. That's true.
I'm not.
And you've done both today, which is great. All right, so... You're not what?
Never mind. Let's play the game.
Retired Navy fella. Good morning to you. All right, so my first one, again, the 23rd pick. DK Metcalf, I am not remotely interested in trading that. I ask you guys, my first guy up on the list, Myles Garrett.
Wait, you're running the game?
It's my game. Yes. I'm running the game. It's my game.
But then you answered the first one.
You think I'm going to pass it off to Jesse? No, I'm not an idiot.
You answered the first one yourself and then moved on, so you're just playing by yourself.
No, I'm setting Jesse. Here's a little something in the business that I want to help you with.
Oh, he's going to Tausch explain this to you.
Condescending
you want
already.
to set the table for why you want to play this game. I think that 23rd pick, everybody willy-nilly throwing it out Corby style to Seattle for DK Metcalf is just, I don't buy it. Who would you give up that 23rd pick for? And I have a list of names that I want you guys to answer, and then I will answer myself.
Okay. Your game.
So what about so I can just ignore the list that's in the rundown?
Yep.
Okay. All right. I'm ready to play. That makes you like Chuck Woolery.
It certainly doesn't seem like it. As I started, and then we just had a 5-minute diatribe.
Thank
you for my patience.
The question yourself. That's like Trebek before anybody guesses, telling you what the answer is.
What question? I set the tone with DK Metcalf that we weren't. I tweeted it. We've talked about it. It sets the tone for the game. Jesse, why don't you just take over? You guys have gotten me to the point where I'm just...
don't be a quitter.
I'm not going to sit here... I'm not going to sit here and get blasphemized. I didn't answer any questions. I asked you guys, would you trade for the 23rd pick for Myles Garrett? And you guys have refused to answer. So this game has been a disaster, and you guys have done that on purpose.
And it's our fault.
That we're
saboteurs.
All right.
Are you helping?
Hang on.
Are either of you helping with what we're doing?
Hang on.
No, I'm asking.
I believe I'm helping, yes.
Me too. We're giving
I
constructive
believe you're both
criticism.
delusional. Jason, stuff your face with cake. Miles Garrett, trading Yerp or Nerp? Jesse?
It's time to play Yerp or Nerp. Here's your host, Mark Tauscher. Hey, old T, take it away.
We'll be back in 2 and 2.
I didn't realize, maybe this is where I'm just off on radio. I didn't realize you had to take 35 minutes to set something up. I thought I set it up beautifully 10 minutes ago. And now we're back again, resetting the reset? Yerp or Nerp, Miles Garrett, 23rd pick. Jesse, go.
Yerp.
I feel like Bill
Miles
McLaughlin
Garrett,
in the McLaughlin group.
Game changer on the defensive line. Yes, yes, yes. Sign me up for Miles
Not
Garrett.
yes or no, it's Yerp or Nerp.
Yerp.
Thank you. Jason?
Yerp for sure.
No further.
Expand on it.
Why?
Why?
No, you didn't. If you can get a talent like Miles Garrett for a 23rd pick.
This is my fault.
It is your fault.
I know. I forgot who I was dealing with. All right, Nick Bosa. San Francisco all up against the cap. Trading players, trying to sign Brock Purdy. Nick Bosa. Yerp or Nerp? Go.
Nerp. No thanks. I think he's a little past
Why not?
I think he's a little past his prime. I don't want to pay what I think he will receive from a team that's more desperate. I think the Packers can better spend that money. I'm going to say Nerp. Also, didn't he have injury concerns last year? That kind of scares me when he's getting up in age a little bit.
Okay. Thank you,
Wait,
Jesse.
So we're doing.
appreciate that.
We're just to clarify, we're doing Nick Bosa, not Joey Bosa, because Joey Bosa is the one that's actually available.
Joey Bosa's Nick Bosa. Go make an offer to him and see what's happening. San Fran is looking to cut cap.
Okay.
Big time.
Well, John McLaughlin, not Bill McLaughlin of the McLaughlin Group. I am Nerp on Nick Bosa.
Yeah, Jerry, I'm with you.
I don't want to give up the 23rd overall pick.
This is so my fault, Jerry. I should have ran this by the analytics firm, and I should have realized that there was a saboteur. This was not going to go well. So I apologize. I'm going to get through this. I'm going to keep going, but I couldn't be more disappointed. T.J. Watt, last year of his deal in Pittsburgh. Throw the 23rd pick.
Nerp
Throw
on
the
this
23rd
game.
pick at Pittsburgh. Yerp or Nerp? Jesse, go.
Are we saying the 23rd pick is all it would take to get T.J. Watt?
Yes.
Then Yerp, sign me up. Give me T.J.
Yerp.
Well, you have.
Bring him home.
T.J. Watt's a perennial contender to be a defensive player of the year. There's no saying you're going to
So
get
is Myles Garrett. Yes,
There's no
so is
saying you're
Nick
going to get
Bosa.
any better with a first-round pick than that. So Yerp, sign me
So
up.
is Nick Bosa.
Nah, he's past
So
his
is
prime.
Nick Bosa.
Past his prime.
He's younger than T.J. Watt.
Past his prime.
All right, last one on my list. T. Higgins, Yerp or Nerp. Give up the 23rd pick for T. Higgins.
It's the toughest one. Nerp. I'm going to say no. I don't know if T. Higgins can be a number one. And if there's any hesitation on it, I'm going to say no. Like, he's good, but Jamar Chase, like, how good was he because Jamar Chase got so much attention in Cincinnati is my concern there. I've seen this movie before with other receivers who have gone on to try and take over number one spots elsewhere, and it doesn't really work. So I'm going to say Nerp, not worth a number one pick for T. Higgins.
I think he's worth Yerp, the 23rd pick, but I go back to our discussion about the dynamic of the Packers wide receiver group. Could you at least offer your critique on the private talk and text line after the game is over, not while I'm in the middle of my answer?
The game's been over for a minute. Well, thank you guys for playing. We will not play Yerp or Nerp ever again. Jesse, take it from here.
I think, if I may, I think this is actually a really fun game that if you used different music and Jesse played the host, and you were the one of the contestants, I think this game had a lot of potential. Why you decided to appoint yourself Chuck Woolery? You can't.
I told Jesse it's my game.
Right,
it's
but
my
just because
game.
It could be your idea. Like Merv Griffin came up with Jeopardy, and he came up with Wheel of Fortune. He didn't then decide to host the shows. He brought in Trebek. He brought in Sajak. He was the guy behind the guy. He had the brilliant
We don't have
idea
a Sajak. We don't have a Sajak. We don't have a Trebek. We don't even have a Seacrest. So let's just scrap those ideas, okay?
I think this was a really good idea, and when you chose to be the host...
I apologize. Guys, on me. My own accountability, I am killing Yerp or Nerp. The game is dead.
No,
that's accountability, Jason. Not saying. Hold up.
Nerp.
Hold up.
No.
Hold up. We talk about accountability on this show. We talk about coaches and everything else. And words matter, right? Words matter, but it's about actions. I just killed Nerp or Yerp. It is dead. If you want to reincarnate it in a different form, great. But Yerp or Nerp...
This is Eleanor's terminology.
You guys sabotaged it.
No, we did.
Saboteurs.
Take accountability for the fact that you appointing yourself.
And I fired myself.
Appointing yourself the host, like Jair appointing himself captain, was self-sabotage.
There's no. I told Jesse I was going to do this game. I did it, and you guys sabotaged
Jesse,
it. Jesse,
did he tell you he was going to be the host?
There was some communication during a commercial break. I wouldn't say it was particularly clear that I understood Tausch would be hosting the game.
Guys, it's on me. I forgot who I was dealing with. I am taking full and unadulterated responsibility for my actions in trusting that we could understand and execute this. It is on me. I'm firing myself, and I am killing the game. Next.
Tomorrow on Wilde and Tausch, we will play a reimagined version. Fine, you could sit there mute and eat a coffee cake from Paula's Friends Coffee Shop.
You could say yes or no or have something else, but Yerp or Nerp is dead. I've trademarked it. It's dead.
No.
You can't use it.
No.
I'm Bruce buffering this. I have trademarked it. You can't use it.
It's
use
not
something
even
else.
yours.
That's fine.
It's Eleanor's.
Yeah, but via proxy, I trademarked it.
2-week ban.
Tough luck. Yeah, it's tough.
We'll get to some of your tests.
Saboteurs.
And the poll that I put in the field.
Unbelievable. Oh, my gosh. Saboteurs.
That's Wilde and Tausch.
I didn't realize we were doing a show of Big Brother on this. Sabotage and stuff. What a world.
On air, online, and on demand. Get all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin content anywhere you get your podcasts for free. The new Wisconsin On Demand. It's free, it's everywhere, and it's for you. The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
That's the idea of a deal. Each side gets wins, right? They have Jordan Love under contract for the next 5 years.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino.
I think Packers fans would sign up for 12-5 today, and maybe they will be.
Right here on 94.5 ESPN, and also streaming live on the Wisconsin On Demand app and at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. A back-and-forth game in the second half didn't go number 20 Marquette's way in the end as they fell at UConn 72-66. Senior forward David Joplin led all scorers with 23 points, including 3 of 6 from 3, but he was just one of 2 MU players to hit double figures on the night.
Back to Joplin in the corner. Holla at your boy. There's a look. Bigger than big.
The Golden Eagles jumped to 22-8 overall and 13-6 in Big East play. Next up, Senior Day Saturday morning against number 6 St. John's at Fiserv Forum.
For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans, for your game day compatriots and your personal cheerleaders, for all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Support your overall health so you can be your best for those who matter to you most. Call Eric Pearson. Eric Pearson, Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
That weird Wisconsin weather is here. Snow one day, sun the next. But you can always count on Tsunami Express to keep your car clean. With 6 locations across southeastern Milwaukee, Tsunami Express helps fight that salt, grime, and mud with powerful vacuums and state-of-the-art wash technology. Technology like their best-in-class T2 with graphene for a long-lasting shine and protection. Stop at any Tsunami Express location and get your first wash free when you sign up online at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Terms and conditions apply. First wash free for new members only.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Want to know where the snow is? Snow River Mountain Resort in Michigan's UP is buried in it. Over 125 inches of pure natural powder this season alone. Skip the airport hassle and head to the UP's only resort with high-speed lifts. We're talking deep snow, zero crowds, and a season that stretches well into April. Why fly south when winter's best-kept secret is right here in your backyard? Make this spring break legendary at Snow River Mountain Resort. Snow River Mountain Resort, where the snow stays longer and the lines move faster. Visit snowriver.com to book now.
Panic strikes as you realize on Wednesday that Thursday is your anniversary. The reservations being secured.
We'll see you at 8.
The gift being purchased. Yeah, you've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with early pay up to 2 days early on direct deposits. So even though they call you Last Minute Lisa, we'll make your last minute scrambling a bit easier. You've got this with early pay from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a 2-man scramble at TPC Sawgrass, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through March 31st. Your winter chance to play TPC Sawgrass awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
I'm going to start talking because otherwise our video will be partially muted for playing too much of Sabotage by the Beastie Boys, as often happens on Facebook, I've noticed. The poll is in the field, and it already has 325 votes. It would appear that paying for that check mark has increased the engagement on the poll questions again. Today's Wilde and Tausch poll question, and in retrospect, I wish I had made the choices Yerp or Nerp, but I didn't because I posted it before we played that game, which we will play again tomorrow with or without Tausch.
And it's banned.
Nope, we're not letting you do it. This is a democracy, okay? If we vote to try it again tomorrow, we're doing it.
No.
No,
You
you're not the king.
So it does.
What if the Wright brothers gave up on a plane after one try where it didn't work?
It's true. Yeah, you tell them, Jesse.
No flight.
The poll question is this. Although Packers' second-year wide receivers Dontavion Wicks and Jaden Reed didn't make the big jump many of us, myself included, expected from... Oh, I got to fix that wording, but I get to edit these types of polls, which is great. Do you still believe they have number one wide receiver potential? Tausch, where do you think the balloting is?
I think no. That's kind of taken over. Maybe like 60-40, something like that.
49.9% yes. 50.1% no.
Good.
Wow.
Good.
Isn't that
Jocko.
great?
That's good.
I put a pole in the field. Good. It's split down the middle. Good. So I am curious where people land on this, and I'm very curious to see where this poll goes from here, because that doesn't happen very often.
I agree.
People are split. So we will see how that plays out. We will also play some Wilde and Tausch trivia during the 11 o'clock hour. Jesse has curated a bunch of your texts on the Carbless Talk and text line on this DK Metcalf discussion. We'll get to those when we kick off the 11 o'clock hour, which we will do, Yerp, in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN app, and Wisconsin On Demand.
Mark Tauscher here.
Elevate your game day gear or any outfit with official merchandise from the Milwaukee Bucks Pro Shop. From authentic jerseys to exclusive apparel and accessories, the Bucks Pro Shop has everything you need to showcase your fandom wherever you go. Cheer the Deer to victory with authentic Milwaukee Bucks items. Visit us at the Bucks Pro Shop at Fiserv Forum or Bayshore Mall, or shop online at shop.bucks.com.
Hey, it's ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman, and you may be wondering if you are a good candidate for QC Kinetics. If you're having pain in your knees, your hips, your shoulders, or your back, maybe having trouble sleeping or doing the things that you love doing, then yes, you could be a great candidate for QC Kinetics and the regenerative medicine. I know when I went to QC Kinetics and saw everything they have with my own two eyes, I was blown away at the tools in their toolkit to make sure that you get your life back. PRP, platelets, plasma, and they have so much they can do to give you your life back. From all the testimonials I've heard and from what I've seen with my own two eyes, it is unbelievable to see the before and after impact of QC Kinetics and their regenerative medicine. So don't wait any longer. Finally, get your life back as spring is unfolding. Get your free consultation today with QC Kinetics at 414-285-3474. That's 414-285-3474. 414-285-3474.
Hungry? Quick Trip's got you. No dinner plans? Food's here, and it's a pizza party. Dom's pizzas are 4 for just $10. Choose from a variety of toppings. So easy and delicious. Get plenty to eat and keep your wallet happy too.
Food's here, and it's ready when you are. Quick Trip isn't just convenient, it's here to make your life easier and better.
Fuel up at your ultimate destination for snacks and meals that hit the spot. Only at Quick Trip.
Hey, this is Brad Nortman from KBN. Tune into Kyle, Brust, and Nortman from 2 to 5 every day. WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. We'll check back in on that poll as it gets more votes. But before that, Jesse has been carefully curating his texts from the Carbless Talk and text line, 844-770-3776. Jesse, what you got?
Is it the phoenix that dies but rises from the ashes? Is that how that works?
Yeah. And Dan and Brothertown's daughter-in-law and the Phoenix have a big one tonight as they begin the Horizon League tournament as well. Phoenix, yeah.
A question is posed by a 608 contributor on the text line. Is there anyone on the Packers besides Jordan Love that could fetch a first-round pick from another team? I'm thinking Nerp. 608 on the text line flips the game on old T, and suddenly this is an interesting thing to consider, don't you think, Tausch?
I do think it's a fun little game. I think the only guy that I would think, and I don't believe would get a first, would be Zach Tom.
You don't think somebody would give a first-round pick for Xavier McKinney right now?
I don't.
I do.
I don't.
Guy's a first-team All-Pro.
Yeah, he's a really good player.
He's only 25 years old.
Yeah, I don't think
you'd be an idiot to let him go.
Answered, Your Honor. Asked and answered, Your Honor. Maybe you're right. He would be in the conversation of having it. I don't know how much people value safeties, and to give up a first round and paying him the dollars you're going to pay him and giving up a first-round pick, I don't know, maybe. Tackle, I think they would. I think if you have the corner out in Denver.
Patrick Surtain.
Surtain, you'd give up a first. Xavier McKinney is a really good player. I don't think there's a lot. This shows you that. I don't know who tweeted that to you, Jesse, but I think what this does
texted it
is shows you how much people value the first-round pick and the 5 years on a reduced salary that you can get. Myles Garrett would get it, but from a Packer standpoint, it's another great question. Jesse put it up. I think Jordan Love and maybe Xavier McKinney. I don't think he's as lock stock as you. I think he's in the equation. But I think Zach Tom and I think Jordan Love, and I think that's about it.
Okay. Don't you think it's possible?
The point on this, Jason, and the reason Yerp or Nerp should have been a great game was it illustrates
because it needed a good
great
host.
Players, even when you have to trade, you still are paying guys. There's a boom, boom, boom quality to it, and not many teams have guys that you'd give up after they signed their second deal a first-round pick for. A lot of guys would give up first-round picks for players on their rookie deal. It is more and more difficult to give up the opportunity to get a star for those 5 years. If you're giving that up for someone, it better be a home run, a Myles Garrett. It's got to be lock-stocked. And the New York Giants last year at this time didn't even feel like franchise tagging a guy you think everybody give up a first-round pick for. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but I think it's a smaller pool of teams would actually do that than you think.
I think there's a chance that much like the running back position has now experienced a revitalization, when you see what guys like a Xavier McKinney, like the guy in Detroit, when you see what they do for your defense, I think maybe there are defensive coordinators saying, hey, that position is worth it. And by the way, the Packers are not trading Xavier McKinney. I understand that. But they also paid him his signing bonus already. Kirby Joseph is who I was trying to think of, by the way. They paid him a signing bonus. If you were to give up a first-round pick for him now, you don't have to pay him. He's already gotten paid. Unlike Zach Tom, who is in the DK Metcalf category of you make that trade, you then have to pay him in addition. But I think there is talent on the Packers roster that is worth a first-round pick. The problem with the DK Metcalf conversation is that it's not just the first-round pick. It's the gigantic salary, the big signing bonus that you have to pay him in addition to the draft compensation. Like you said, hey, if he's going to play on the $18 million he's due this year, that's a totally different conversation.
Take a flyer. Yep.
Right. But he's not going to. That's why he's asking for the trade.
To reiterate this point, last year at this time, we're winding up. You're going to have the tampering period starts Monday, signings on Wednesday.
Correct.
Right now, would the Philadelphia Eagles last year at this time traded their first-round pick for Saquon Barkley at this time last year? Would they have done that?
No, I don't. No, they wouldn't.
Okay.
I don't.
No, they would not.
All right. Here's a question for you, because you're the president of his fan club, and rightfully so. You don't think somebody would give up a first-round pick if the Packers, suddenly Joe Shane was in charge of the Packers instead of Goody, and he put Tucker Kraft on the block? You don't think somebody would give a first for him?
No.
He's got 2 years left on his deal. He's still on a rookie contract.
Yeah.
He's a stud.
Great. I agree.
I'd give up the 23rd pick.
What you're not understanding on this is...
Well, tell me what I'm not understanding.
Teams are very unwilling to give up first-round picks unless it's for other first-round picks. kind of how it goes. Current players, I would think Tucker Kraft is a great player that's going to get a big fat extension and be the tight end here for a long time.
He is.
But if you think right now that the Indianapolis Colts at pick 12 would say, here's our 12th pick, you get, I want Tucker Kraft, you think they'd do that? I think you're crazy. They wouldn't.
The 23rd pick, if you redrafted and you knew what Tucker Kraft was going to be, he'd be a first-round pick.
That's
Don't
not
you think?
the question. That's not the question.
So you're telling me, so basically you're not, you're Goody. You're not trading your first-round pick for anybody.
I'm saying it is,
Nerp.
you better be dynamite if you're going to be giving up. The way it's structured, and maybe it's not the right formula. Maybe more people should do it. But they don't.
F them picks.
And I think, oh, yeah, you could say, well, and I know I saw Joshy, Edgerrin Cooper. And all. You think right now, who's got the 20th pick in the draft? Whoever's got the 20th pick, if you say, we'll trade you Edgerrin Cooper for that 20th pick, you think teams are doing it? They literally last year could have picked him 20th, and he went 45.
Yeah, I think they might. Look, I mean,
Maybe?
he was really good. Like, again, though, part of the reason why teams don't trade first-round picks for players is because the players that would be worth a first-round pick, people aren't stupid enough to give them up. Unless you're the Giants, who let a lot of talent go out their door last year. The Packers are not trading Edgerrin Cooper. He's not on the block. They're not trading Tucker Kraft. He's not on the block. But those guys are the types of guys that would be worth that trade right now because they have proven in the league on a smaller basis than a guy that would be going into his second contract that they're damn good football players. And only an idiot GM would let those guys out the door. So they're not on the block. So we'll never find out if we're right or wrong. But the fact of the matter is, what GMs and coaches want, yeah, they love potential. That's the great thing about draft picks. You don't know who's going to be on the board. You could pick the next great player. But you know what they like even better? Guys that have already shown in the league they can do it. And both those guys have shown. Those guys they do not look like flash-in-the-pan guys to me. They don't have a track record of being meh, and then suddenly they're good. So, yes, I do think those guys would be worth that, but no one is going to give them up. No one's calling the Packers and saying, hey, I hear you really like Cooper. Do you want our first-round pick for him? No one's going to make that call because they know Goody's not dumb enough to give him away.
You're telling me if the team, whoever has the 8th pick in the draft, says, Goody, we need a linebacker, we want Coop.
Maybe the 8th pick. Yeah, maybe. But the 23rd pick where it's a crapshoot after 20, no, I don't think Goody would take the 20th pick for Edgerrin Cooper right now. I don't think he would. Jesse,
so
you got another
saying
text?
Right now, the Packers only untrade the guys that are off the table. They are not available. Would be Edgerrin Cooper, Jordan Love, Xavier McKinney, and Tucker Kraft. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, I mean, I think Josh Jacobs is untradeable. I don't think they would want to trade him. I think they love him. They love everything about him.
So if they could get the 12th pick and get Ashton Genty and trade Josh Jacobs, you don't think they would?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't. Do you?
Okay. I don't know. I haven't thought about it.
You asked the question. Must have thought about it a little
If I could get Ashton Genty for Josh Jacobs, I'd have to think long and hard about it because Jacobs is getting old, and I think this dude, if I think he's as good as I think he is, yeah, I probably would make that trade.
Getting lots of responses to our poll question, which is really, really interesting that we're getting this response. Now, Ray, I don't like the idea of starting a text with, couldn't disagree with Jason Moore, but fine. It's a free country. Goody admits they need a greater sense of urgency. A move for DK exemplifies a greater sense of urgency. This move could pay dividends like the Eagles trade for A.J. Brown. I think we would all agree that move worked out. Additionally, they don't have time to worry about feelings of the wide receiver room. I'm not saying it's based on feelings. I'm saying it's based on, I think Goody authentically believes that those guys can become number one receivers. And if he doesn't believe it, then he's trading for DK Metcalf. I don't think that he has given up on them. I don't think he is willing to pay big bucks and multiple draft picks to get a number one. I don't believe it. If he does it, I will come on this show and say I was wrong. And Ray in Orlando was right. I don't believe he's there. And yes, some of the things he's said points to that, and not everything you say is what you then act upon. But I'm sorry. He is a believer in the draft and develop model. And I think he's willing to do different things at different positions. I don't think he's willing to pay the price for DK Metcalf. I don't. I just don't believe that. And if he proves me wrong, great. And then Ray, I could say, Ray, you were right. I don't see it. I will be surprised. Do I think he's calling? Do I think he's trying to find out if he can get it for a bargain price? Yeah, because he's in every conversation. He's told us that. But the idea of paying him $27 to $30 million a year, given the draft investments you've made at the position, I just don't think he's interested in paying that kind of money. I just don't. I think he sees places that money needs to be spent elsewhere, and that's why Davante Adams at a much lower number for a shorter period of time makes more sense to me for him and makes more sense to me for this team. But maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Rev.
Yeah,
now, is the Rev texting in, or are you lifting this from the YouTube?
No,
comments?
he texted this one in. This is our guy, Rev T.
Love it. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to read Rev T. Laser's text. And it is this. Why would the Packers trade picks for DK instead of using that capital to fortify the defensive line? I can't imagine Goody trades more than one pick, if any, this offseason. Again, he also has made it very clear that he wants to garner more picks. He's had a bunch of drafts with double-digit draft picks. Right now he's got 7. We just spent a fairly significant portion of the program yesterday from the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin Experience Center in Brookfield talking to Brian Bulaga, who was in Florida, not at the Pella Experience Center, about their offensive line and how much is uncertain, not going into 2025, but certainly beyond. Both tackles, Sean Ryan at guard. What is Jordan Morgan? Josh Myers potentially leaving in free agency. You only got 7 picks. Kind of hard to replenish multiple positions extensively. They drafted 3 offensive linemen a year ago, right? Jordan Morgan, Jacob Monk, Travis Glover. If you missed on any of those, and Luke Tenuta, I'm sure he's still available. Him and Greg Van Roten. If you feel like you missed on them, or maybe they took a redshirt year like Sean Ryan did, and then they eventually become players, then great. But they've got need there. They've got need in the defensive backfield. They've got need on the defensive line. They've got, I would think, pretty good spot at tight end with Chipotle Ben, Tucker Kraft, and Luke Musgrave coming back from an injury. They have a need at wide receiver. Could they fill it by a draft pick instead of any of these guys? Perhaps. But they got a lot of needs, and they don't have a lot of picks. And Goody loves those picks.
Love them picks.
All right, let's play some trivia. Jesse, what's today's category, and which caller would you like?
I know you like, Jason, when we do categories like this. Today's trivia category, which NFL free agent am I?
I do like it when we do this. I do enjoy it. All right, what caller do you want?
5.
Caller 5.
I don't want to work
now.
too hard today.
Okay, fair. Well, you worked very hard on Yerp or Nerp, planning to be the host and then being usurped.
Not as hard as Tausch did.
Yerp. Caller 5, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 5 plays Wilde and Tausch Trivia next. Before we can do that, I got to tell you about Steinhafels, which, by the way, as I was making my journey to Milwaukee, I was going to stop in and see Danny and Chad and the crew because I was out there. That snow. Was the snow in any way a factor on you being late to pick up Max too, or were the roads
not at all.
back to Madison pretty good? They weren't great once I got closer and closer to Green Bay. A little white knuckling on the drive. But hey, luckily I was well rested because I got a good night's sleep because my day got off to a good start because of my Tempur-Pedic mattress from Steinhafels. Tempur-Pedics support the body like no other mattress, making aches and pains a thing of the past. Queen Tempur-Pedic mattresses start at just $52 a month when you use Steinhafels' special 60-month financing. Plus, you'll get $300 in Steinhafels cash. Isn't it time you got a great night's sleep on a new Tempur-Pedic? Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Caller 5 for trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. NFL draft season is upon us.
I can tell you why LaFleur doesn't go to the Combine. He doesn't have anything to do with the players that are picked. If I don't have anything to do with the players being picked, why am I wasting my time at the Combine? What's the point of me being there? I need to get to know the players? No, I don't. I can get to know them when he drafts them, and then they show up, and I learn about them that way.
Get all your pre-draft scoops here. The Homer Hour, weekdays from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel.
You're back at the gym. Your new gym outfit? On point. Your new sneakers? Baller. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Access Checking. It's maintenance fee-free with no minimum balance requirements. So when you take your first yoga class in 10 months, your body might surprise you, but your checking account won't. You've got this with Access Checking from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
No shortcuts, no compromises, just the job done right. At Exterior Pros, we don't just meet expectations, we crush them. Every nail, every window, every shingle is a step toward your home's next chapter. From the moment we start until that final reveal, we're committed to making your home better than ever. Quality products and craftsmanship you can count on. Go to the pros for your next project. Get started today and save $2,000. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's 262-800-4274.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text ROCKY to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast. Absolutely free. Text ROCKY to 42424. That's ROCKY to 42424.
Strong mind, strong body, and strong communities. That is what you need to know about the Princeton Club, and that is what you can achieve at the Princeton Club of New Berlin. When you walk in there, you will feel completely motivated to better yourself just like everyone else is doing. I've done personal training. They have saunas. They have workout classes. They have basketball courts. They have indoor-outdoor swimming pools. It all starts with a tour. Check it out. You're going to fall in love. Free childcare with the membership, open 24/7. Check out the Princeton Club of New Berlin. Get your tour and take that small step to a bigger journey for a better tomorrow. That's at theprincetonclub.net. Woo! Hey, this is Ben Brust from Kyle Brust and Nortman on ESPN Wisconsin. People can't stop screaming about the Screamin' Sicilian frozen pizza, and no wonder. There's plenty to scream about, like the buttery stone-fired crust, secret recipe tomato sauce, mounds of whole milk mozzarella, and tons of premium toppings. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer and find out for yourself why Sport called Screamin' Sicilian's Holy Pepperoni frozen pizza the best of the best. Screamin' Sicilian. Taste what all the screamin' is about.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
The time has come for trivia. This is amazing. Are we expanding? Do you think we're just adding listeners at every turn, or have we just gotten on a hot streak?
I think.
No, I think we're adding.
Sam told me off air he actually tuned in specifically to listen to the Yerp or Nerp game today, and that brought him in. So
that's good to bring him
here
in.
He is.
I'm glad he'll stay because he caught the one and only, which is good.
I don't think that's true. Well, Sam is a first-time contestant. That's why I asked. That is. I think that's 4 of them all week. No,
this has a chance now. This has a chance. Oh
man!
Not going to tell anyone tomorrow not to call in if they've played trivia before, because we don't want to take anyone's opportunities away.
Dan in Brothertown or Dan in Cambria.
Yeah, and basically anyone named Dan, really. But
Jerry in the Prairie.
But Sam in McGuanago is our 4th out of 4 first-time contestants this week. We are near perfection on all first-timers.
Sam, because you're in McGuanago, was Jesse a jerk to you, or was he friendly?
Oh, he was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bad.
No surprise. Bad. All right, well, hopefully, unlike Jesse, you do well on these questions. The category, once again, as Jesse alluded to, which NFL free agent am I? Since I do trivia now and the accomplished act.
According to sports
now you're going to take part. Thanks for letting me know.
Well, Wednesdays I never do, and then obviously tomorrow I won't, but today I'm going to. According to sportsbooks, I was the early favorite to win the 2017 Heisman Trophy. But once we actually started playing games, I fell off the radar for the award quickly before becoming a first-round pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. Which NFL free agent am I? Is it Justin Fields, Sam Darnold, or Jack Cohn?
Justin Fields?
Tough question. Tough question out of the gates. It's Sammy Darnold. Samuel Darnold.
Where did he play? USC?
Correct.
He did.
Okay.
That is correct.
All right, question 2, Sam. Let's bounce back here.
Used to be in a conference called the Pac-12.
I remember that one.
Yeah, it still exists. Washington State and Oregon State are the bellwethers of that conference now.
Question 2, Sam, is this. I was the 5th overall pick in the 2014 NFL Draft after playing college football in the MAC for the Buffalo Bulls. Not Bills, Bulls. University of Buffalo Bulls. Which NFL free agent am I? Am I Josh Sweat, Joey Bosa, or Khalil Mack?
Khalil Mack.
Yeah, good.
Nice. 1 for 2.
All right, here we go. I've played 7 seasons with 3 NFL teams: the Niners, the Hawks, and the Jets. I have 6 career interceptions. Which NFL free agent am I? Is it DJ Reed, Carlton Davis, or Charvarius Ward?
DJ Reed.
The very rare wrong on 1, right on 2 and 3, but I would argue that was one of the hardest first questions that we've had in a while.
It's tricky.
I wouldn't.
If you think Justin Fields still on his rookie deal, he wasn't playing in 2017-18. So I can understand that, but that's a little
Jack Cohn.
I get it.
Jack Cohn was very tempting.
Hey, what about Javon Bullard?
What about Javon Bullard?
Untradeable.
Tausch? You think if somebody offers a first round pick for Bullard, he'll be packing his bags.
That's a McGuanago take if I've ever heard one.
Wow, you don't think so? No, listen, you can tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, he hung up.
Okay.
Jeez. Maybe I offended him. Bye, Sam.
Okay, well, that went well. Justin Fields, by the way, was at Ohio State in 2019 and 2020. So, yes, Tausch, you're right. The timeline did not match up there. But nevertheless, Sam got 2 out of 3 right. He's got 3 of the possible 4 entries into tomorrow's drawing. And he hung up on Jesse, which in my book makes him elite. Whoa, Nelly, or maybe a second round of Yerp or Nerp is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella Windows and Doors at 0% interest. You get so much more than stunning windows and doors. It's the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
Fingers come in different sizes.
It's one of the first things you learn as a jeweler.
And a ring can only be sized up or down a little bit.
Which means it's a really good thing to know your ring size.
And it's an even better thing to know their ring size.
This is why we're announcing
the Ring Size Registry at Kessler's.
We're doing it as a public service. It's completely free.
Free. Isn't that a great price?
Here's how it works.
Just drop into any Kessler's Diamonds location and tell one of the owners that you'd like to know your ring size.
Kessler's is an employee-owned company, so whoever greets you at the door is an owner.
They'll determine your ring sizes and add them to our Ring Size Registry.
Then, when someone wants to know your ring size...
Because, maybe they want to surprise you.
All they have to do is call or stop into Kessler's.
Surprises can be fun, don't you think?
We're happy to do this for you, even if you don't buy a ring from us.
But after you take a look around, we think you probably will. Visit KesslersDiamonds.com for a location near you and register your ring sizes today.
With your Saganiac Planning Marquette recap, I'm Chris Larson. The 20th ranked Golden Eagles battled but came up a bit short as they lost at UConn 72-66. Senior guard Cam Jones finished with 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals as he extended his double-digit scoring streak to a nation-tying best 46 straight games.
Cam Jones spinning in the lane. To the basket, scoop layup is good. Easy. Marquette within 1.
Marquette now 22-8 overall and 13-6 in Big East play. Next up for MU, a Senior Day showdown with number 6 St. John's Saturday morning at Fiserv 4.
For your little ones and your biggest joys. For your forever true and your fur kids too. For all the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Support your overall health so you can be your best for those who matter to you most. Call John Saganiac Jr. John Saganiac Jr., Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
They say seeing is believing. And when you see what's inside at American Place Casino, you better believe you're gonna love it. Because when it comes to amazing gaming, we're a real game changer. With the most exciting of table games like blackjack, craps, and roulette, the newest slots, a sportsbook, restaurants, bars, and more. So if you're ready for excitement, we'll see you soon. American Place Casino. Change the game.
Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Hey, it's ESPN Milwaukee's Brad Nortman here with some great news from my friends at Bank 5-9. For a limited time, you can earn as much as 4.8% on one of their CD specials. With 9, 17, and 25-month options, you're sure to find a CD that fits your needs while you earn a great return. It's simply another way Bank 5-9 is making lives better in our communities. Hurry! These high rates won't last long. Check out bank59.com/CD for more details. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Yerp! It's time for Won't Know It.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
By the way, Sam in McGuanago, our first-time trivia contestant, also a YouTube dweller. He shares in the YouTube comments on the ESPN Madison stream. His phone just cut out. He wasn't offended that we were making fun of McGuanago, or that I was making fun of.
Yeah, there is no we.
No we there, but just wanted to share that follow-up that we're good with our guy Sam.
Whoa, Nelly!
Giannis did something special last night. Anytime you can be on a...
Prize picked me. Good prize pick.
Yeah? Did you have him last night?
Old T. Yanni.
Anytime you can be in an exclusive club with Michael Jordan, Wilt Chamberlain, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Kobe Bryant, pretty good company to keep. Giannis, the 6th fastest player by age to ever reach 20,000 career points, did so in the second half of last night's 30-point drubbing of the Dallas Mavericks. I don't know if there's anything to ask you other than a Giannis appreciation moment here, because it's just another casual, Giannis did something special, best player of the franchise history. Great.
Here's what I would say. That is great. Giannis is awesome. You go to a game, his star power and what he does to kids and adults, just the happiness that he brings, and if he's able to shake a hand, it's an amazing thing to watch.
Mm-hmm.
He is a great dude, but the most, I think, memorable or important part of that is afterwards he said, and the best part of this is I've scored all these points in Milwaukee. Not a lot of guys would get. It's about the individual, and listen, Giannis deserves everything that comes his way. What he's done for everybody involved with the Milwaukee Bucks in the state of Wisconsin is just, you can't really sum it up other than just say thank you. That's it. Thank you.
When he says those types of things, does that give you greater hope that he ain't ever going to go anywhere, and he's going to be like you and Leroy Butler and Robin Yount and these great, iconic Wisconsin athletes that never played anywhere else?
Let's not put Giannis is in a stratosphere all by himself in that regard, and it doesn't. I think that everything changes very quickly, as we see in the NBA. And this will be one case. Let's say the playoffs don't go well this season. The Bucs get beat, and everybody involved decides that this is going to be, we need to, go. It's going to split. Dame wants to go. Let's just say that's what happens. And Giannis ends up getting traded. Very rarely in life would you say that you'd be okay. Obviously, it would suck. But that would not change my appreciation and love for what he has done for everybody involved. So it does not, Jason, to answer your question. I don't think that. I think he has a great loyalty here, but his loyalty is going to be winning and trying to advance his career. And if he doesn't feel like Milwaukee is giving him that, he has been more than loyal. He has done everything that you would ask, and I would give him grace if that is indeed the way he wanted to go. And I wouldn't do that for – I don't think many sports fans would do that for very few people. Giannis would deserve that, in my opinion.
Whoa, Nelly.
Whoa, Nelly!
You guys watch the Badger game last night?
I did.
I
lost a tooth watching it.
Well, once you start brushing.
Janicki did.
I don't understand. You guys didn't bring up about no jinx this morning. Nothing about a jinx from y'all this morning.
Yeah, Minnesota's like hanging on to make the Big Ten tournament. Like, they're not good.
They're not. They don't stink. They're not great. Since when? Now all of a sudden winning in the Big Ten is. This is something, Jason. This irritates me about you.
Oh dear.
The Packers go beat the Houston Texans at home. Well, they stink. Oh, the Packers win this game. Well, they stink.
No. I said
now you go win a road.
There's the
Arizona
Cardinals.
They go win a road game in a Big Ten, and you're like, well, they stink. Do you realize how this is where I don't think guys understand? It is hard to win a Wednesday night game in the barn. I don't care. They're Big Ten athletes that are getting paid, and you're going to just poo-poo. They stink. Oh, they stink.
They're 15.
It's a good win. It's a good road win.
Tough to win on Wednesdays in the barn.
It doesn't, just because they beat them, which is a game that you would agree they should expect to win.
They stink.
They were favored.
Oh, they stink.
Didn't cover. 7.5. Didn't cover.
They stink.
No, we wouldn't bring up your jinx because this is a game that if they intend to get a double bye, you expect them to go on the road and win.
Didn't love that Maryland beat Michigan, and that limits some of our double bye opportunity.
I do want to address that here.
Whoa, Nelly!
So I read something.
Stink.
I read something on, and I can't credit it. I would love to, so I could throw someone under the bus, but I don't remember where I saw it last night. But it said if Wisconsin beats Penn State on Saturday, they earn the double bye to the quarterfinal round. Well, I think
turns out
Stephen Middleton was one of a couple of people texting or YouTube commenting saying that they don't think that's true. So I've been doing some research during the commercial breaks here, and it does appear that the Badgers would lose the tiebreaker scenario here unless Maryland loses to Northwestern on Saturday, which Northwestern stinks, although it is a conference opponent, and you don't want to take anyone for granted. They're Big Ten athletes, too.
Nicely done.
So it looks like Wisconsin will not earn the double bye in the Big Ten tournament. They're going down to like the fifth tiebreaker, which is actually, it comes down to the win-loss against Michigan, who's in the second position. I'll spare you all the details of the tiebreaker, but basically, if it's a three-way tie, Wisconsin's
all of a
going to be
sudden
the
now
five.
you're poo-pooing that coin toss in South Carolina the other day. Wouldn't it be kind of nice to have a coin toss? Answer the bell quickly. No?
We need a three-sided coin because it's Maryland, Purdue, and Wisconsin. That's the problem here. We really needed Michigan to get that double.
Rochambeau the heck out of this. Just Rochambeau it and see who wins. That's what we should do. It's pretty easy.
Nerp.
Televise it. Put it on a Big Ten network. Put it on Peacock. You want to Peacock it? Go ahead. Somebody video it, put it on Twitter, and I'll watch.
Whoa, Nelly!
Marquette lost last night at UConn, and so now they are in position to potentially get the 4 seed in the Big East tournament, which, if they got the 4 seed, would be televised on Peacock in the quarterfinal round of the Big East tournament next week. So, just wanted to.
Peacock has Big East games too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
Might want to think about a subscription.
No, never. Never.
What would Peacock have to have?
I don't know.
For you to say, I'm willing to make the move.
The hotel.
The
movie.
hotel.
Yeah,
you beat.
Yeah.
Which one?
The hotel movie.
No, I haven't even
White
watched
Lotus.
it. This whole concept, I have soft. This is a soft boycott. You don't put it out in binge form. I haven't. It's not attention. It's not appointment viewing for me. I watched the first episode and that's been it. I don't know when I'll get back to it. I might never get back to it. First episode wasn't that good. Binge it or don't. You're either in a binge crew or you're not. Now you're trying to play both sides. No. You hooked us on this sweet binge. You gave us a sweet nectar with the binge, and now you're pulling it away, and you think we're all just going to come scrambling in. Oh, we got to have it. Not me. I'm good.
Well, wait a minute.
Let it rip. You just keep doing your thing. You want to play both sides of the aisle? Great, but I ain't joining. I'm out.
Okay.
White Lotus, to hell with you.
Now, wait
You're not
going
to put it out in binge form? I'm out.
No.
No.
Stop quitting things today, because hear me out
I
on
ain't
this.
quit. No, you forced me to quit you. That's what you did.
There are some shows that are streaming exclusive that I understand your grievance. Paradise on Hulu, great show. Watch the first episode. They were debuting episodes every week, and I decided a couple episodes in, I'm just going to wait so I can watch it all continuously because I keep forgetting what happens, and it's a show you got to pay attention to everything. So I said I'm going to wait until they're all out. The White Lotus, I'm pretty sure, I don't have an HBO subscription, but I'm pretty sure it does debut at 9 p.m. on Sunday on HBO as a TV channel.
Yeah.
And it just also is available on Max. It's not exclusively streaming the same way that some of the other
these shows do this too, where it's live on their TV network and then available the next day on Hulu or whatever their
that's great
streaming device is.
Y'all passed me a little bit of that sugar, and you got me hooked,
not us.
and then you pulled it. So now, outski.
I love the private talk and text line.
It ain't my fault either. I'm out. That's all right. It's sometimes, Jesse, this is the difference here. Sometimes you have to stand. You have to stand for something, or you're going to fall for everything. I'm not falling for this banana in a tailpipe, Peacock, HBO. Oh, we're doing this. You're either a binge operation or you're not. And if you want to be in the binge game, which, by the way, Netflix has been Binge City USA. You want us to get in all these apps and paying it? Great. We all are on board. But then you're in the binge game, be the bingers.
But HBO did this before any of the other platforms where you had to pay extra to have access to HBO. It's been the same model. They just have a platform now that is equated to Peacock and Hulu and Disney Plus and ESPN Plus and all of these. It's just not quite the same because the show is still debuting the same way Game of Thrones did it 15 years ago. It debuts on Sunday night. Yeah.
You're a Peacock apologist.
I'm not
here
talking
for it.
It's not even Peacock, it's HBO.
Don't care. You're a binge streaming apologist, and I don't have time for it.
On the private talk and text line, the villainous John Wesley says Tausch is right. Got to agree. Minnesota beat Michigan and Oregon at home, which we didn't.
They stink.
In a subsequent... Wait a minute, I'm not done.
They stink.
Rob Vogel, then via text, Gophers are 2-8 at home in the Big Ten this season. Apparently, those were their only 2 home wins in the Big Ten all season.
So are they good or
maybe
not?
not that tough to get a road win on a Wednesday night, it would appear.
Vogel's becoming like Newman. Vogel! God!
Michigan and Oregon must not have been there on a Wednesday because it's only tough to go there on a Wednesday and get a win.
Wow.
It's so irritating they stink. You can't take any. Everybody plays these teams. It all shakes itself out. And that's the part that sometimes gets left in the dust. And for you to just poo-poo, they stink. Well, Northwestern stinks, so these guys stink. It's a good win. Rob can say what he wants. It's a good win last night.
No one is disputing that it was important or a good win.
You did?
No, the issue was your issue was Your issue was that we didn't say, the hex is lifted. It was not such a high-quality win that you would say, see, they're proving once again that Tausch is right. They're a Final Four team. That win, a solid win, is not evidence that they are a Final Four team. I have heard the commercials. I've heard the promos. It does not include you dialing it back to Sweet 16. I've heard them.
I can't help you with context. Like, I understand it's sports talk, it's clipped, and I get all that. But I also was very, very adamant about my thoughts on that.
Yeah.
So
Minnesota is 7-12 in Big Ten play. There are a lot of teams that are in that range. Nebraska, Northwestern, USC.
I hear Northwestern
Rutgers.
stinks.
The only team that apparently truly stinks is Washington at 4-15, and Penn State, the Badgers' final regular season opponent, at 5-14 in the conference. Did I see our guy Fran McCaffrey, despite a 6-12 Big Ten record, is coming back next year?
Yep.
Ugh. Not a fan. Yerp. That is all we have for Wonelli.
Why would you not be a fan? We beat him around.
I'm glad that they, like Bobby Knight felt about Steve Yoder. I get it. I'm not a fan of Fran McCaffrey. That's all.
You're not
just
a
don't like
fan?
him.
Not a fan
of Fran.
Not a fan.
Not a fan of you either. We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on the...
Is Jordan Love ready to take the next step?
You got to have the quarterback as the best player on your offense in order to be a top-tier team. Will Jordan Love be the Packers MVP in 2025?
If you want to win the division, if you want to have home games in the playoffs, if you want to make your road to the Super Bowl easier, he has to. You can't survive that deep into the playoffs unless your quarterback's playing well.
Get all your Packers predictions here. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9 on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube channel.
American Family Insurance is a lot like Captain America. He protects the world.
It's just doing my job.
And we help protect your dreams with amazing auto and home coverage. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com. And see Marvel Studios' Captain America: Brave New World.
Suit up. We need to move.
In theaters February 14th. This film is not yet rated.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee. It's time for the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart, located at 16th and National in Milwaukee. National Liquor Mart is packed with deals for all your beverage needs, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily.
The Bucks scored 43 first-quarter points and led by 13 after one as they pounded a depleted Dallas Mavericks squad 137-97 at Fiserv Forum. A record-setting night for Giannis as the Greek Freak scored his 20,000th career point. Finished with 32 points in just 25 minutes of action to go along with 15 rebounds and 4 assists.
Here's a drive inside. Giannis goes, speaking of blow-bys, right past Powell to the cup. And with that bucket, Giannis cracks 20,000 points for his career.
The Bucks now a season-best 11 games over 500 at 36-25. They welcome the Orlando Magic to Fiserv Forum on Saturday night.
This has been the Milwaukee Basketball Report on 94.5 ESPN. Brought to you by National Liquor Mart.
True Chicago-style pizza is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. And thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. You'll enjoy it so much you won't even mind where it comes from. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made from the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years. They're perfectly cheesy, perfectly saucy, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, loved by cheeseheads. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
Hi, this is Michelle Voskel, CPA and team member at Right Choice Tax Resolution. We have talked with a number of new clients who told us the same story. They had a tax situation and went with one of those national firms with the TV and radio ads. You know the ones. They guarantee they can settle your tax owed for pennies on the dollar. They take a $10,000 fee up front, and then you never hear from them again. We are a local firm and just want to help you resolve your situation so you can get on with your life. Don't let your bank account get wiped out, your paycheck or Social Security get garnished, garnished or a lien put on your house so that you can't sell it or get refinanced. The state can even put a hold on your occupational license. Make the right choice and call 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us today. Schedule a free meeting so we can talk and come up with a solution to solve your situation now. It will not go away if you bury your head in the sand. The first meeting is free. Call now, 844-222-1192 or visit rightchoicetax.us.
Spending more time at home? Don't forget that 94.5 ESPN's on your smart speaker. Just ask Alexa to open 94.5 ESPN. 94.5 ESPN on Alexa is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN show streaming on video. Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Get out of here. I will put together the new and improved Yerp or Nerp tomorrow. You can sit it out. Jesse and I'll play without.
He doesn't want you to do it, Jason.
Yerp or Nerp. Come up with your own lingo.
You don't have.
You can't use Yerp or Nerp.
Are you acting on Eleanor's behalf? And do you have clear? Has she said that only my dad can use Yerp or Nerp? I think she would rather have her game being played.
If I had to guess, she probably doesn't want you saying Yerp or Nerp. She probably would prefer it this other way.
You might be right about that. But she said if your teammates and co-hosts...
She didn't say any of these things. You're lying.
Sabotage the game.
You're misquoting your own daughter. What kind of a person does that?
And become saboteurs and try to ruin your game that you have taken with the love and adulation for me.
Love and
Stop
adulation.
the game immediately. So I said, all right, I will do that. I will give her a full update. And my guess is if she gives the okay that Jason can run it, great. I am not going to be waiting for that. I don't think you should be waiting for that.
I feel like the tone was set in the first segment today when you came in kind of accusatory that Jason made you late to pick up your whichever child it was.
Max, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So maybe we should follow the Rev T laser approach tomorrow and just do Packers talk right out of the gate, and we could get into something, and maybe that'll set the tone better
we can
Friday.
use as a jumping off point tomorrow this poll question because it is still split down the middle. Do you still believe Reed and or Wicks can be a number one wide receiver? Yes, 50.6%. No, 49.4%.
Wow.
That's where we'll start for Rev T Laser before we play Yerp or Nerp tomorrow with Eleanor's blessing. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on Wisconsin On Demand.
Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center is hosting another Scramble tournament with $1,000 in cash prizes available. Hey ESPN Milwaukee, this is Gary Ellison, and Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center invites you to play in a two-man scramble at TPC Sawgrass, all from their comfortable golf simulators. Grab a friend and sign up today at WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com. The tournament costs $120 per pairing and is happening now through March 31st. Your winter chance to play TPC Sawgrass awaits. WisconsinIndoorGolfCenter.com.
You can accomplish quite a lot in 6 years. You go from changing diapers to dropping your child off at school. You can get a bachelor's and a master's degree. And you can take up to 6 years to pay off your brand new Pella windows and doors at 0% interest. You get so much more than stunning windows and doors. It's the Pella experience. Talk about quality control. Pella manufactures, sells, installs, and services every product. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 3/8/25.
As a bull rider, I prefer to do things single-handedly. That's why I love the UW Credit Union app.